Hey, this is Ross Payne with Role Playing Public Radio. We're playing Delta Green tonight, and this scenario is called Post-Mortem because you're all people who are working to do a post-mortem of a crime for a true crime podcast and documentary crew called Podcast of 1,000 Corpses. So it's
nothing weird's gonna happen.
Nothing weird's going to happen. It's number 3 on the list of top podcasts on the crowdfunding subscription site Pantheon. They make quite a bit of money every month, and they've hired some experts to help them go to the site of the Mackenzie Massacre, which we'll get into the details with, and help them do a series of videos and live streams and podcasts and all kinds of stuff. It's sort of a gimmick to help get all those fans enticed about, learning about true crime. The true crime podcast world is very competitive these days. So, you gotta come up with gimmicks. And what better than doing an actual investigation of an infamous massacre? So, we have 3 players with us tonight. So I'll start just in alphabetical order of their username on Discord. So first off, we have Aaron.
Always on top.
Yep.
Hey, this is Aaron. I will be playing Donny Pecor, who is a criminal anthropologist, primarily interested within studying true crimes, or specifically murders within the late 20th century. And I would guess that he was probably tapped for the program. I guess he was just a general contributor who comes on a regular basis. So.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you could say you know the podcast host. You've been a guest that they've interviewed about various crimes before. And so when they offered to pay for your trip up here and give you even per diem, they even pay for some stuff, you're like, hell yeah, because they've got access to the lodge.
Oh, yeah. So,
where the massacre happened.
This is stuff that would look great for my PhD thesis.
Mm-hmm. So next up we have Tom. And who are you playing?
I am playing Ulysses Olguin. I am a retired intelligence case officer. And I'm mainly here because I am a bang-up expert on crime.
Okay. So you've probably been just a gun-for-hire crime consultant for various cases and shows.
Essentially, humans are probably interrogations and that kind of thing.
Oh, so you're like a profiler too, or at least that's how you market yourself.
That's what I'm getting to with criminology and human at near 80. Yeah, I think that's probably what I did. A lot of what I did.
Cool, very good.
And I'm kind of probably here just because I've been out of the game for a while. It might be good to get back into something normal.
Well, sure. It's also good meeting for the kids, social media, the internet stuff. Because again, Podcast of 1,000 Corpses is very, very popular. And none of their podcast hosts have been caught in a social media scandal, such as promoting, fascism, or none of them have been Me Too'd. Like they're practically saints by the, they did break into some graveyards.
Oh, well, come on. That's what driven people do.
Exactly. They're just trying to find the truth. And they may have accused some people of murder that they didn't intend to, but that was settled out of court.
Oh, come on. That's murder. That's not accusing them of actual crimes.
Yeah, exactly. And finally, we have Maddy. And who are you playing as?
I'll be playing as Jordan Drake. They are a retired police officer. She pretty much just got sick of the hassle of being upper management kind of in the office. Wasn't really feet on the ground crime she was used to. So she retired and now is a gun for hire, but in a legal way.
Sure. Again, there's a whole world of both helping various either defenses or prosecutions with cases and also feeding the true crime. Well, you don't want to say fandom. That's not a word, but there's certainly there's a lot of true crime fans, and boy, do they like hearing about how bodies are dismembered.
Oh yeah, I know people that can't handle horror movies but love true crime.
Exactly.
Though, Maddy, I want to say, oh, sorry, I was going to say, with your saying you're a modern hired gun, I think you should be running your own podcast called For One Donation More.
Yes.
Sorry, moving on.
Sure. Well, I mean, you can all have your own. Yeah. Are any of you published authors? Do you any of you? And if so, what is the name of your true crime book? Well, you don't have to. You can think about that while I
I totally have a book.
Okay, yeah. What's your book there?
Monsters Among Us.
All right, Ulysses, Monsters Among Us, and
it's about like how the very worst people I've ever spoken to, you'd never know it by looking at them.
Oh, okay. So like sort of like the all the cases you've worked on personally and things. All right, yeah.
Well, the ones I can talk about.
Very good. Good. Yeah. So if the other two of you have books, you can feel free to bring them up at any time. Or if any of your stuff has been optioned for movies or television, that would be good. But here's what you all know about the Mackenzie Massacre. It happened in October 1994 in the Appalachian Mountains of in eastern Tennessee. And let's see here.
Kind of near Frozen Head State Park.
Yeah, exactly. And basically, it wasn't near a town, but basically in this region there was a secret, well, quote unquote, secret society. It was, kind of like the Freemasons. One of where the middle-aged and older men of the region got together to drink and feel good about themselves. But they called themselves the Knights of the Black Lodge, and they had a Black Lodge. It was a big wooden lodge at the top of a mountain near one of the towns, and they got up there and drank and had their secret ceremonies and stuff like that. But everybody knew who a knight was and who it wasn't. But what happened in October 9th, 1994 is George Mackenzie went in there armed to the teeth during one of their meetings and killed 17 people. He was later arrested at his home. He claimed he wasn't the one who did it, but his defense was a shot full of holes. And
you did there.
Yep. He was sentenced. He was convicted, sentenced to death, and finally executed in 2008. Of course, obviously, that meant that wasn't all of the members of the Knights of the Black Lodge, but that was certainly the leaders of them, and that sort of put an end to that society as the basically. It disbanded pretty much after that. But the hosts of Podcast of 1,000 Corpses, Steve, Jamie, and Debbie, have somehow gotten the permission to go to the Black Lodge itself, which has been left abandoned for these 24 years. This takes place in October 2018. Before COVID, because this is an escape.
Yeah.
because fuck it.
An escape of horror.
Yeah. And you'll have a week up there in early October of 2018 to basically they kickstarted a documentary about it. They're going to shoot a lot of footage for it there. They're also going to do a series of podcasts about it. They want the three of you there to help them to help sort of like reconstruct the crime scene, dig up detail, basically spin it at the lodge. They're trying to get as much footage and interesting stuff as they can. Just content, great true crime content. Because there are some things like George Mackenzie gun. There's a lot of stuff about the crime that like there's still actually some things that aren't fully explained yet. I mean, there's a lot of conspiracy theories about it. There's a lot of unanswered questions, as they would say. So, it's actually considered a pretty righteous conviction, but like the prosecutors didn't figure everything out. And obviously after they convicted him, they stopped, investigating. So maybe you can find something else. But before you all live in different parts of the country, but you all converge at the Black Lodge or at a general store, an hour's drive away from the lodge, in sort of the first scene of it. But before we have the first scene together, you all can do your own research or plan if there's anything you want to bring when you go to the general store, because obviously when you get to the general store, you can also buy supplies. But I'll just kind of go from bottom to top and ask each of you, what are your preliminary things that you are going to do? And of course, I could also talk about what the podcast hosts are like. They're all fine. You've all dealt with them before. You all trust each other, at least on a professional basis. You don't. I'll leave it up to you whether you actually met them in person or not. But that's the basic setup. So Jordan, what are you going to be doing before you arrive at the general store? Let's see here. I'm just going to make up a small town name. Let's see here. Small town, random name generator. These are
if you don't come up with anything new, Briar Creek comes to mind.
Oh, Briar Creek. Yeah, I like that. We'll just do that. Sure. So, yeah, it's Briar Creek is the closest town to where the Black Lodge is located. And you all set to rendezvous for your first sort of meet at the Briar Creek general store before you all drive up there. Each of you will have a car from the airport to get there. But they want to, basically you're all meeting there an hour, like the morning that you're going to be allowed in there. So like they want to like meet at 7 a.m. at the general store and then drive there and be at the Black Lodge by 8 a.m. to start working. They don't want to do any, they don't want to waste time with meetings or anything, before there. So they want to hit the ground running. So, Jordan, is there anything you want to do before you've gotten there?
I definitely would have looked up on the internet for all of the conspiracy theories that Google spits out immediately.
Okay. Yeah, that would probably, let's see here, criminology would be the easiest thing that would make the most sense. So if you want to give me a criminology roll and you'll get something, and even though we're using Death Green rules, does that succeed?
No, it does not.
Okay. You still get something. There does seem to be the biggest hole. With a failure, you get a lot of muddled stuff that's mixed in with other conspiracy theories. Back in the 90s, there was a lot of, anti-government sentiment. This was the time of Timothy McVeigh and the Unabomber and that kind of thing. But you do get a sense that there is the timeline, especially after the killing, is a bit muddled. Like, how did George Mackenzie get from the Black Lodge back to his house, which is outside of Briar Creek, about a 2.5 hour drive, without being spotted by anyone? But it was night. He could have driven with his headlights off, which, mountains of Tennessee, the Appalachian Mountains, that was a bit dangerous, but, he lived in the area the entire time. So, yeah. So that's sort of, with the failure, that's the only thing you can really pick up on.
Cool.
Are you packing any unusual items in your luggage?
Not unusual. I mean, I would have my old service weapon with me.
Mm-hmm.
Your generic first aid.
Okay.
Nothing unusual.
Yeah, you can bring your firearm. I'd have to go and check luggage, obviously. But, we'll say that's not a problem for you. All right, very good. Let's see here. Ulysses! You gonna be looking anything up? Or taking anything?
I'm actually going to, because I'm thinking it's going to be a podcast show. I'm actually going to look up as much as I can on the case itself, to basically try to analyze it as a criminologist, and maybe to try to do a preliminary profile on the person who was the accused killer.
Did George Mackenzie, the convicted killer?
Yeah.
The executed killer? Sure. All right. You can give me a criminology rule. Well, you can give me human if you want to profile them, or you can give me criminology if you want to dig up other facts about the case.
Okay, I'll go with human first.
Okay.
I'll be there.
Yeah, looks like.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I think I did pretty well. 10 out of 80.
Okay. That's good. So, with that, George Mackenzie's listed motive is he had a grudge against the lodge owner. George Mackenzie was a Army veteran who served in infantry, so he definitely had the skills to shoot up a bunch of people. But he was very angry at the lodge, the lead knight of the lodge, Nathan Ingram, because they had a falling out over business deals, and sort of was they hadn't sued each other yet, but they were both.
It was getting to that.
It was getting to that level, and George was in a lot of debt, and he blamed Nathan for his business failing. He had an auto parts store, or Mackenzie did, that failed because he claimed Nathan was not fulfilling his end of the bargain, not to get him certain contracts to get to service the parts, the school bus. There's basically a contract where it's like, oh, I'll supply the parts to fix all the school buses in the entire county, and that deal fell through. And you know how it goes. So that's why. That's the listed motive.
Well, that's not good.
Mm-hmm. So people were surprised at it, but yeah.
I'd say that seems extreme, but I've probably known people that have killed for less.
George was noted to be drunk that night, or had been seen drinking prior to the massacre.
And it was death by assault rifle.
Yeah, he basically, several firearms. He had a civilian.
But it was guns.
Yeah, guns. A rifle, handgun, and a pump-action shotgun. So
the trifecta.
Mm-hmm. All of which were his firearms. Yeah, let's see here. George's defense was that he was drinking at home and simply passed out. So some people thought maybe he blacked out and did it without him realizing it. So when the firearms, of course, were found, ballistics tracing to him, and they were his firearms and were found in his house, that was pretty, with specks of blood on them that were tied to the victims. That was pretty convincing. Let's see here. Then are you taking anything with you unusual?
Well, obviously, my service weapon too, and I guess a copy of the case file, just so I can have it with me.
Yeah, you get some you get what a civilian can get from it. Yeah.
As well as some printed out newspaper articles, things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you build up your own little case file for it, basically.
Yep.
So I'm not going to go over every single detail of the case, but if you have questions, I can answer them. Donny, is there anything you want to look up unusual before you get going?
If I get a chance, I'd like to either do an anthropology roll or history roll specifically on the Knights of the Black Lodge, just to see if there's anything odd that would come out for their practices, or if it was just a club, kind of a good old boys club, or if it splintered off from a larger faction, something like a chapter house of the Freemasons or the Shriners or something like that.
All right, yeah, you can give me a anthropology check for that.
Okay.
Is that a crit success or a crit failure?
Oh, sorry, I thought I was going by that. So let's see, through anthropology, that's gonna be a critical failure. So
oh god, they're the Illuminati.
Yeah. I finally discovered them.
No witnesses. Yeah. Aliens did it. So yeah, you have no idea. There's nothing
all around.
There's no information about it. As far as you can tell, it seems like the few surviving, not many members survived, and they didn't talk about it after the case. So yeah.
Okay.
So are you taking anything unusual with you?
The only thing I'll take with me is I usually do have something akin to a camping survival kit. Okay. So with the car that I'm taking, I have what would be just a simple low weather pop-up tent that actually has some internal, that you can actually put a stove in there for internal heating to make sure that it's there. Okay. And the only weapon I'll have right now is basically a short 22 pistol. So
okay. Yeah, because you will be up on the mountaintop, but the Debbie has told you that they have paid to have power and water hooked up to the lodge, at least while they're there. So you will be staying in the lodge for the week. But the lodge is quite large, although it's probably not in great condition because, the three of you meet up. All of you are quite on time at the Briar Creek General Store. It is a very stereotypical old style general store. wooden building with just lots of crap in there. It's like a convenience store, but but worse somehow. A lot of old stuff in there. But as all three of you pull in, and within minutes of each other, on one more car pulls in, and it contains Steve, Jamie, and Debbie, the three hosts. Debbie pops out. She is quite cheerful. She says, "Jordan, how are you?" Yeah.
Hey, Debbie, long car ride?
Oh no! I mean, we just came in. I mean, we were looking at. We were trying to get some photos. We were just actually stopped at the graveyard to get some photos of the graves of some of the victims at dawn. Looked really great. They're going to be really great on Instagram. So yeah, really to get our fans hyped. So yeah, no, we're really excited. It's so good to see you again. When did we last talk?
God, it would have been 4 months ago. The old double murder.
Oh, right. Well, that was one in New Orleans, right?
The treehouse, yeah.
Yeah, the treehouse case. Yeah. Boy, that feels like it was long ago. Because I could have sworn it was Crime Con. But of course I was drinking a lot. But anyways, yeah, don't mind, of course, Jamie here, our Mr. Producer, is very cranky in the morning. But yeah. So,
well, I don't recommend the coffee here.
Oh no, we got our own. We got Starbucks. It's so good. There was a Starbucks out on the highway. Then we got some grounded stuff that we get in a coffee maker. So we'll have we'll have plenty of coffee up at the lodge. And then of course there's Steve. Hey Ulysses, how you doing?
That's good. It's good to see you. Well as I can.
It's Donny. Donny, you're looking pretty good today.
Yeah, well, at least get up early and make sure that it's like we're prepared to at least do a full day's due of research. So which.
Yeah. So here's printouts of all the map. I don't know how well your GPS is going to work up there. They said that cell phone reception is really bad up on the mountaintop. But I do have a sat phone for emergency communications and stuff like that. That should work. But we might have to go back into town to upload stuff. Yeah, so we'll do sort of an initial sweep and walk and talk for our initial plan. But we got a whole checklist of content to produce, and we need to get started. So I hope you guys all got some snacks and food. We brought some stuff too, of course, and we'll have some food delivered. But is everybody ready to go?
Oh, yep.
Indeed.
All right.
Let's get this endeavor underway.
Great. So, the three of you follow their car up there, and within an hour of driving through the winding mountains of the Appalachians, you are at the top of a mountain, and there is the Black Lodge, which is a very large wooden building painted black. That still looks in actually not terrible condition. But it's a building, and of course it's early fall, so the leaves are falling. But the leaves are turning too, so there's brilliant reds and oranges throughout the forests around you. It's very rural here. It's very heavily forested, not much development. So it's quite scenic. Hard to imagine, 17 people were gunned down 24 years ago, or maybe it is. I don't know.
It's always in the places you least imagine it's going to be.
Sure. So the six of you all start unpacking and getting ready. So at this point, you can all sort of either talk to one of the people. So Steve and Debbie are the main talkers on the show, and Jamie is the producer / researcher. They have a checklist of things to do, but they're kind of like, not like micromanaging bosses. So if you want to find content for them, but you can kind of look around the lodge itself. It's a very large wooden building. There weren't a lot of photos of it that you could find, at least of the interior. There's a lot on the exterior, but not on that. But Debbie's talking about, the owners were really eager for us to get in there. They're hoping that the publicity lets them open this up as an Airbnb or something.
I do have a question. Like, who are the actual owners right now? Is this just somebody who bought the property after the fact, or?
Oh no, these are the grandkids of Nathan Ingram, actually. So it's the Ingram family, but they don't. They're sort of come to terms with the murders, and they kind of need them. Well, to be honest, they looks like they when we mentioned how popular our show was and how much publicity the show, they thought like they started talking about if this could launch it, they could renovate the place and like get people to spend vacation up here or something like that. Apparently these kind of infamous sites actually go for a premium on Airbnb.
So I'm guessing right now if they were if you said this was Ingram's grandchildren, right?
Yeah, nice people, but we already met with them last night to get the keys and everything, so like we don't
so they're like in their 30s or 40s.
Yeah,
okay.
30s. Yeah. I mean, you could talk to them if you want to. But they didn't want to go on the show, but I mean, I can probably talk to them if you think it would be a really good, juicy bit. But they don't know anything. They barely remember their grandfather at all. Like
it lists no stone unturned. That possibly might not be a bad avenue just to look into. And if nothing else, right now when I was doing you're doing like full. Well, it's like full studies of this situation. It's not too bad to get at least a family perspective, at least for some content.
Okay, so as you all go in, though, you open the double doors to go in, and you can see that the main hall is very large, and there's a huge sort of wooden, like almost like platform, or just right in the center. It looks like it's obviously was used for ceremonies and whatnot. Hardwood, very, very beautiful. But all of you can also give me alertness checks.
God, I'm gonna die.
I am very alert.
Yeah, we're all gonna die eventually.
Super dead. Yep.
All right. So
I see.
All right, so Ulysses and Jordan both noticed like bits of sunlight, and because even though all the other windows have been like have curtains drawn around them, they're closed up. But the two of you look up and you realize that there is a sort of a concealed skylight, but you can notice that there's some sort of mechanical hinges on the side of it. It almost, as you look around a little bit, you realize that the skylight, there must be some sort of mechanism to open the ceiling, to part the ceiling, to open it up to the central platform up to the sky.
Ooh.
Which was not in any of the case notes that you've read.
I'll get some pictures of it.
Yeah, that is interesting. I'm going to start looking around the walls to see if there's anything that looks not like a light switch, but some kind of lever or something.
Okay. You actually, now that you know what to look for, you do find there is like a stage in front of it, like a small theatrical stage in front of the platform that's kind of recessed, but like there's a backstage area to that, and there is a panel built into the wall that is that's the only thing you can like. There is one button on it labeled Skylight.
Hey, Ulysses, Donny, I think this is what's going to open it. Do we want to do that?
Yeah, see if it at least works.
All right, stand clear. I don't know if there's anything in the roof that might... I press it or pull it or whatever.
Yeah, you press it, or toggle it, really. It's one of those kind of like breakers, almost like a breaker box kind of thing. And yeah, there's a grinding mechanical sound, but like the mechanism still works. There is, of course, a lot of dust flowing from the ceiling as it has not been cleaned in decades. So the three podcast hosts are like showered in dust. And they
put my t-shirt up, like over my mouth color.
Yeah. But they're like, their annoyance at that is overwhelmed by like, whoa, they didn't mention this. This is amazing. This is why we got Donny. Donny, you got to explain what the hell is up with this.
So, well, I know there are, again, certain cultures right now, if depending on ceremony to, open things up towards either, the sun or the moon, or maybe something they would set up for viewing on a solstice. anthropology or history check to see what this would be most closely related to.
Okay, sure.
Okay. All right. What would you prefer, anthropology or history?
Anthropology, definitely anthropology.
Okay.
There's nothing in this in historical texts.
Gotcha.
Like you're trying to guess what a particular secret, quote unquote, secret society, fraternal association would want.
Kidding me? I missed by 2.
Yeah, no, that's weird. Yeah, it's weird. You need to investigate more.
Yeah, well, maybe if they have some documentation around here about looking for it, but it's right on the tip of my tongue. But unfortunately, I can't really think anything other than just what you would see, maybe Aztec or.
Hey, look, man. Well, we got a whole week. We can get you. You just need to come up with 5 minutes of bullshit to speculate. You can speculate for 5 minutes for a segment, right?
Well, I'd rather have educated. That's speculation.
Well, we got all week for you to look that up. I mean, this is really cool. I mean, you might be able to track down a living lodge member and ask him. So yeah, that's something.
I thought everybody was killed in the massacre.
No, there are 3 left, but they didn't. They kind of, from what we can tell, they went into hiding after it.
Kind of noped out of there.
Yeah, Wilbur Hogan, Horace. Sparks and Kirk Simpson. Definitely not using random name generator.
So what was Sparks and Simpson's first name?
Horace.
Horace.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So you could. They're supposed to have been members. All right. So with that out of the way, now the lodge has other areas. There is, like I mentioned, the rest of this sort of stage in this backstage area, which looks like it was used to set up for ceremonies and that kind of thing. There's actually a prop sword and some prop cups, like cups you would see characters holding in a tarot card kind of thing, like magician's cups. They're very rusted with fake prop gold kind of thing with fake jewels in them. A velvet tablecloth, some remnants like that. But there's also a kitchen and a dining hall area. There's rooms, personal rooms, with showers and bathrooms. Apparently they paid somebody to go in there and make all that shit, to clean up a bit and make sure that all that stuff worked. So the lights are on. So the place is very dusty, but it still basically works. There's the main central stage area, or the central platform area, which you haven't looked at either. Also the grounds. There's a couple of areas too. There was a library. All the books have been removed, but the bookshelves have been left behind. And a couple of private meeting rooms, or other rooms that are just barren now, so you don't know exactly what they were for. But yeah, so there's a lot of this is sort of more of the freeform part. You guys just need to find stuff for the podcast. If you don't know what to look for, you can ask for advice for the podcasters. But they're busy recording, getting initial impressions and doing walkthroughs and, getting stuff for the gram. And gotta do stuff for the gram. Gotta get that clout. Yeah. Did you have an idea there, Donny?
I was going to look on the dais, although I was going to wait to see if either Jordan or Ulysses wanted to do something, since I already kind of did something there for a second.
All right, Jordan. What comes to mind immediately?
Immediately would be to go to the room or area that most of the shooting took place, if not all of the shooting.
Oh, retrace the steps of the shooting. Okay. All right. Yeah. Give me a criminology check.
I make that.
All right. So yeah, you start looking at the court records and start all right, he came in here according to there are 2 survivors of the massacre. They say he came in. It was they recognized it was George because of his clothes and his guns, because he was known to be a gun nut. But he had a ski mask pulled over his head, and he started shooting this guy, then this guy. But as you start walking through it, and you start you actually find some of the bullet holes that are there. But you do find a couple of incongruities. You can't quite figure out the exact order of who, you can't just do a walkthrough of all right, he came here, shot this person, then this person, then this person, because it seems like he shot like it's hard to tell if he shot, like, judging from the court records, it's hard to tell, like, if he shot this person first with the rifle, but then he shot the next person with a shotgun, and then he shot the person right after that with a shotgun. So he went from rifle, shotgun, rifle, which doesn't make any sense. Why would you shoot one person with a shotgun and then go back to the rifle? And there are other errors like that. So, like, there are some incongruities in the shooting order, which doesn't quite make sense. And just walking through it doesn't resolve it. In fact, it sort of highlights these incongruities, which didn't really weren't apparent to you when you're just reading the records. But now that you're in the environment and you can see it, there's just, So, there's actually some, like, questions that are raised. Now, the prosecutor for the case is dead. He died 5 years ago of a heart attack. So you can't ask him. But you could track down other people, or you can keep investigating. But the basic shooting order doesn't make sense.
I will reiterate that to the guys. I wouldn't mind trying to track down one of the survivors to see if I can't get their story and see like.
There are 2 witnesses that survived, neither one of which was a lodge member. Both were women who were there to, one was working in the kitchen to make food and drinks, and the other was cleaning up. So they were both sort of, hired help. They were not allowed in the main hall, so they didn't see the beginning of the shooting.
Okay.
Sarah Cummings, Lucy Simpson, who is Kirk Simpson's cousin. Unfortunately, Lucy is dead. So the only one who is alive right now is Sarah Cummings.
Okay.
So she lives in Briar Creek. But
that's only an hour away.
Yep. That takes you some time. So that's your initial investigation.
Yeah.
So Ulysses.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. What is your first course of investigation to get content for the content gods?
I will. I'm gonna check out the main hall.
Okay. So in the main, how do you want to search that? Do you want to make a skill check, or you just want to tell me how you were checking out the main hall? Like, you could use search to just go over with a fine-tooth comb. So if you have search trained.
I do not.
Okay.
I'm actually thinking just to look at it like I'm looking at a crime scene.
Okay. Yeah. Criminology.
Mm-hmm. That seems to be the order of the day.
Yeah, that definitely works. Oh, well. Critical success. Yeah. Oh shit. The platform can move too. There's a mechanical system to the platform is actually in 2 sections, and it parts.
Look around for another such mechanism like we had for the ceiling.
Yeah, this one is concealed, but you find a hidden wall little thing that you push in and pops open, and do you push the button?
I will push the button.
All right, all of you hear a mechanical sound, a large mechanical sound. The building sort of vibrates slightly because these are very large. This is a very large wooden platform. People it's kind of like a dancing stage or something like that, but so it's at least 30 feet on a side, and it is being parted, and it reveals a smooth stone surface with etched symbols on it, a circular pattern, the likes of which you do not immediately identify as being from any particular culture, but is quite intricate stonework.
Something to say I think we found something else not in the case report.
Yeah, everyone is kind of Jordan, how do you react when you see the stone?
God, boys and their cults.
Yeah, the podcasters are very happy. They're stunned into awe of silence. Oh my God, we hit jackpot.
Probably one of those there's a reason we brought these guys along.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the symbols, because they said nothing comes up there. Could I make an anthropology roll or an occult roll on this?
Yeah. Which one do you want to make?
I'm going to go ahead. I'll go ahead and make an occult roll first. Let's see what we pop up for. Oh, no.
Spot, please. You and I can roll for you on the.
Yeah, or I can just go to Google or just get my dice out.
Well, I'll roll. What's your cult at?
40.
That makes it with a 14.
Nice.
So yeah, this doesn't match exactly with any known occult tradition that you are aware of, but there is a circle drawn into it with certain symbols that remind you of Hermetic traditions in Western occult practices that remind you of circles of summoning or circles of binding for spiritual beings, demons, angels, spirits of the dead, that sort of thing. It's very large, very intricately worked. And you notice spots of dried blood at the center of this circle.
Whew. So there definitely might have been some cultish activity right now, or at least ritualistic worship of some kind. So looking at it right now, because you say spots, right? How big are the spots? Just kind of tiny, or?
Yeah, it's a spatter.
Okay. Do they look like they were actually around the etchings themselves, or just on the edge of the stone?
Like at the center of the stone, like in the
center of the stone,
so the very center of it,
where something might have been cut and was filling the lines out of the circle. So,
well, or someone was spilling blood at the center of the circle.
Yeah. So,
possibly to entice a being to appear, or to bind it, or to activate some sort of ritual effect.
Okay.
So this house is pretty old. Can I roll heavy machinery to see when this thing might have been installed?
Heavy machinery!
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Very good, yeah.
Yeah.
Roll that skill, the skill we never get to use.
Mm-hmm.
I succeed.
Awesome.
Successful heavy machinery roll.
You examine the stone and you realize it's actually older than the building itself. It occurs to you perhaps this building was built around the stone circle. This is actually this is the mountain side. Like this is you're on the mountain top, and this is the top of the mountain. This building was built around this.
I tell everyone that, and I'm just going to sit here impressed. What?
So,
all right, this is really odd, guys.
So it's something they found, possibly. That might be a longer research role too, either through anthropology or history, but seeing what First Nations tribes existed around this area of the Appalachians.
That certainly did. There certainly were. Let's see here. Let's see.
Explain why they built a lodge in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously not just a social club.
Mm-hmm. I would say who would be doing that? The Algonquin. Actually they're further north. I'm gonna say. Yeah, I did not research this part of the adventure. So
you say you didn't play test this at all?
No. We're play testing it right now. So we'll say the Cherokee. How's that? Yeah, the Cherokee. So yeah, the Cherokee were located in this region. It does not look like Cherokee work, though. Yeah, this is not something they're known to do, at least as far as you can. You're not an expert in the subject. But yeah, the Knights of the Black Lodge date to 1837, at least according to what little text is available about them.
Does anyone have a sampling kit that they can take some of that blood so we can work on it, work out whose it is later?
Oh, Debbie does. She she has the whole thing. She's like, oh yeah, we actually made a deal. This is actually kind of an affiliate marketing thing. We kind of sell these to budding true crime fans.
Come on, you're going to encourage them to destroy sites.
We're documenting it. They've already taken 50 photos.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, those fans are also the ones paying for all our stay up here. So, show some respect for our dedicated listeners.
Well, this is like showing respect for the sites, Debbie, too, because if they want to learn something, absolutely.
Hey, this has been up here for decades. We're the ones who found it. Like, the cops didn't find this. No one else found it. Like, we're breaking new ground here. We're the ones who get the right to choose how to research it.
Also, blood at the site of a massacre. We should work out whose it is.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Do any of you have biology or medicine?
No, I have like forensics at 50.
Forensics, okay.
20 in
medicine. I have medicine. I have medicine of 20.
Okay, forensics at 50 though. Yeah, so you don't have access to the stuff here, but yeah, you could certainly make some calls or try and find a lab nearby in which you could test the blood.
Okay. Yeah, definitely try to contact anybody else who would know. Okay. Within that, so let's see. I guess a bureaucracy check to see if I can.
Yeah, that would
work on that. Okay.
Yeah.
Or I could probably do persuade, but that's about exactly the same. So.
So you're probably gonna have to make 2 checks. So.
Okay. Well, let's see if I can at least find anybody at this time.
Yeah, the nearest big city. Well, you might be able to go to Charlotte, or you might be able to go to Knoxville.
Okay.
Charlotte, North Carolina, or Knoxville, Tennessee.
Why is it stalling out just on me? Okay, there it is. But I made it, so.
Yeah, Knoxville, Tennessee has a lab. I would say that's probably about a 3-hour drive from where you are.
Okay. I guess. I'm trying to think, because we're going to be up here for like the week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, would it be possible maybe to, well, I guess I could take a day trip out there, but also maybe mailing it out instead?
Yeah, if you mail it, you're not gonna find out by the end of the week. Like, you have to go there and do it. Like, they will provide you lab space. You have to do. You're the one making the lab check. Like, you're the one
so I guess I'm just gonna be.
That's
on
like
your
day. Your day is to test that blood.
Okay, yeah. Then I'll make some, or see if I can make some arrangements with them to go down there and discuss that, seeing that we're there. See if we could type that to anybody else and maybe cross-reference that to that. Although I assume right now, given this is 1994, it wouldn't have been DNA testing, more or less of just blood typing.
Yeah. I don't want to figure out the history of DNA testing in 1994.
Yeah, I am not immersed.
Yeah. Oh wow. All right. Thanks. Noted. I will say there is a chance this isn't any of the victims. I mean, it was underneath the stone floor. This could have been from a ritual done who knows how much earlier.
Yeah, I'm just seeing if this was human and or animal blood.
Yeah. I mean, that's something you could definitely tell. I would say if you actually did that, you wouldn't have to make a skill check to find out if it's human or animal. But if you want to, but that's all you'd be able to tell. If it's human blood, you'd have to. I would say if you had a sample to compare it to, you could tell if it's that person or not, or related to that person. But other than that, that's about all you could do. So
yeah, and that would be hard to get it right now. So
yeah, probably not the best use of your time. They kind of like, yeah, we'll just assume it's human blood. Honestly, it's better for our listeners if we just assume it's human blood. I mean, you could speculate it's a cult. Like it's obviously now got all kinds of occults of blood spilling and ceremonies. Yeah, no, you could definitely talk about that. How you really think it's blood, human blood.
Well, think about it, but again, we're not. It's.
But then we can mail it to a lab, and then we can do it in a follow-up episode months from now to remind our. Yeah, so like, yeah, don't worry about that right now. Like, we'll just assume it's human blood. It's fine. But I mean, this is a great find. Like, yeah. So
yeah, I'm still gonna make our calls just in case too. We have all our cars here, so I can get back if necessary. So just.
I mean, okay. If you leave now, just go and do it, and come back get back. It's only like 9 a.m. now. It's probably about 10 a.m. now. So yeah, if you get there, you can get there. You can get, I mean, you could just spend the night there and get back in the morning.
Yeah, that'll work. I can comp for a motel or something while I'm down there. So that'll work around. So yeah, I'll take this down there. If you find anything else right now, just text me photos and I can see about that.
Okay.
So, all right. Get us my Jeep Wrangler and off I go. So.
Okay. All right. So Donny away. So Ulysses and Jordan, what are you going to be doing the rest of the day with, or what are you doing next? I guess I should say.
I'm going to be kind of giving the old crime scene thing to all the rooms.
Okay.
Just like kind of like just like, hey, I found this on my first go. Maybe there's other shit that the original investigation didn't find.
All right. Let's see here. All right. So that'll take you the rest of the day.
Sure.
Like I said, it's a big place. Jordan, what about you?
I'm going to trust Ulysses with that. You said that there was a library in here. I take a couple
the bookshelves are there, but the books have been removed. You don't know where. You'd have to find out where they went. They were probably just moved to storage somewhere. So you could try and find out where the books are.
I want to work out where the books are and then see if there's anything to do with the stone.
Okay, so you could give me a bureaucracy check to look through the court records, history check to look through public records, or you could call somebody and ask them, and that would be like some sort of social skill.
I will try bureaucracy first.
All right.
Call in a favor.
Mm-hmm.
That is a critical failure.
Oh, God.
Oh, shit.
Apparently I've burned some bridges in my time.
Yeah. Yeah. So he was more looking through court documents, but yeah, there's nothing. They vanished. Yeah, but I'm sure it's fine. Actually, no. You find an auction saying they were sold at an estate sale. There's no further follow up you can find about this estate sale though. But it happened in 2000.
Great.
It's all good.
Yep. So that gives you some time. Ulysses is still looking through rooms. Do you want to assist him, or do you want to pursue another angle?
Yeah, I'll assist.
Okay. In that case, both of you give me search or criminology checks.
Oh yes, more die rolling, and now we wait.
Okay. Oh no!
Dice spot, please.
Dice spot. No. It's technically called sidekick. It's not a very good sidekick.
Well, now it's not going to improve. Then you just insulted.
All right, I'll roll for Tom and then Maddy. All right, Tom, you got a 46, and Maddy, you also get a 14.
Hey, I'm helping.
Yep.
I'm helping.
All right. In that case, if both of you succeed, you do find something in the library, though. Behind one of the bookshelves, there is another hidden space.
Oh, this is like Clue, the mansion with all those hidden passages.
It's not a full passage you can sit in, but they have a box in there, and inside the box are audio cassettes.
Oh, hell yes.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And fortunately, you have the podcasters have a lot of audio equipment. They're actually used to playing old audio tapes for various. Well, sometimes they record their own voices and then play them back on audio tapes for the aesthetic. So
Hey, it's showmanship.
I'm gonna yell for Debbie.
All right, Debbie comes in very excited. Yes. What else? Tapes?
We just found a box of tapes. We're going to need your equipment, but we should start going through these.
Mm-hmm. So you start playing them, and it's chanting in another language. It sounds a bit like Latin, and it is being spoken in a ritualistic fashion.
Man, if only we had a dude that knew languages here. I record it on my phone and send it to Donny.
Okay. All right. Donny, eventually your phone doesn't get very good reception, but eventually you do get a voicemail from Jordan.
Okay. Listen to the language right now. So
all right, give me a cult.
Okay. Oof.
Get up a cult, and we'll see if Sidekick is being nicer. Oh,
on the 40 on the dot.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah, this is definitely Latin. This is you can't get the entire meaning, but this sounds like a ritualistic, some sort of the great. You do pick up a phrase, the great sleeper.
Sleeper.
Yeah. Something praising the great sleeper.
Oh.
Yeah, like all praise to the great sleeper. Mighty is his wisdom. Something like that.
Okay. So I'll kind of take that back. So at least I know Occult was kind of at least bringing that up. Would it be a history roll to see if there's any kind of reference to that for either particular entity? Or okay.
Nope. Certainly not when you're driving. I mean, if you want to go to like a nearby university and go to their occult section in their library, you could make a roll, but like you can't off the top of your head like, oh yeah, the great sleeper. I know everyone knows that.
onto Miskatonic, Tennessee. So
yeah, the Miskatonic Extension, Appalachian
Extension campus.
Yeah. So yeah, yeah. This takes you, of course, this takes you to the rest of the day to find these tapes, and that's sort of the biggest find. I mean, if you have other questions about the building or details, you could sort of timeline some of the other things, like the two witnesses, their accounts. They were cleaning up in the kitchen and dining room area. They heard the shots. What Sarah Cummings looked into check and saw the shooter and then ran. Told Lucy to get out too, and they both ran into the woods. They weren't found until morning. They were just running throughout the night in the forest, so they didn't see much. So that part lines up as far as you can tell. There's no incongruities there, but again, they didn't see much.
Sure.
But yeah, the two of you, that takes Jordan, are you going to veer off, or are you going to stick to your blood typing mission?
I'm going to go ahead and continue with the blood typing right now, just to see, and then I can, if I have time in the day, I'll go back.
Okay, so go ahead and make your forensics check.
Okay. 26 under 50, so made it.
Yeah, it's definitely human blood. Yeah.
Well, actually, just a wild right now. Could we actually get a type off of it?
B.
Okay. All right.
If you have another DNA sample, it's viable enough that if you have another DNA sample to compare it to, you could. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so like if, well, I guess that would be...
But that would take longer. Actually, you can't really do that in the time frame.
Yeah, I was about to say, because that would be there. So I guess in this time, since I was going to stay in town, what time is it now? About after...
By that, it's 7:00.
Okay.
They let you stay late as a favor because the lab tech was a fan of Podcast of 1,000 Corpses.
Okay, so I'll at least sign a couple things as a...
Well, you're a guest. It doesn't really... Steve Sweet Talk, the guy.
Fine. So
hey, right, he did the podcaster voice for him, and over the phone.
Like no one else does that, apparently.
The voice is legend.
Well, the weird part is that it actually helped. It's just annoying people, but escapism.
I'll let you do it if you stop.
Exactly. Well, wait. Oh no. Meanwhile,
the popularity.
Yeah. So it's 7:00. You're definitely tired. You've been working for 12 hours. I mean, you were up at 5:30 or 6.
Yeah.
And you've driven 4 hours to the Appalachian Mountains and countryside.
So yeah, I'm gonna find a hotel to crash. Although okay. I will text them, letting them know that that's the blood is definitely humans with a type of B. So. Mm-hmm. Right. So we'll see what I can pull up. I'll see about research, what I can pull up possibly about this sleeper tomorrow at the university library before I head back.
Okay. As you are, right after you check into your room, you get a phone call on your phone. Jordan.
Number? What's the number?
Or not Jordan, Donny. Sorry, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. So what's the number say?
It's from this area code.
All right. Donny Pecos, how can I help you?
Hi, this is Dr. Burton with the Knoxville lab. I understand you were allowed access to our lab?
Yeah, I had asked to see if I could do a quick blood analysis just to see if the sample I had was human. Oh,
and who was the name of the technician who let you access the lab? This is a bit... he's not in trouble. I just, I have to clarify some paperwork,
I can see if I can remember that information too.
It's Isaac Andrews. Yeah.
So, although I really didn't want to get into trouble right now too.
No, he's not in trouble. He'll, that's why I'm calling you. I already talked to him about it. And I just need to clear it with you so your story's confirmed, and then it's easier for me for the paperwork. We have to make sure the lab, we have a record of everyone who comes and uses the lab in case there's some question about whether a sample gets contaminated or whatever. So for the record, who let you use the lab?
So the information on that was go ahead. I'll try to say about this.
Are you going to give him the name, or are you not going to give him the name?
Like I said, I guess this is going to be. I want to see if I have deception on here, or lying.
That would just be persuade.
So that's be persuade. Okay,
really
I'm just going to do a persuade right now. It's like, look, I apologize. I really don't remember the guy's name. I was just kind of in and out of there. So
okay, go ahead and give me persuade.
This is going to end well. Don't sound so happy.
Ross would never do such a thing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that didn't work. So
look, I already know who it is. Can you confirm that it was Isaac Andrews?
Yeah, that was the kid. So
now he didn't mention exactly. He said he was a blood sample, but he didn't say where it was from or what this was in regards to. And that I really do need to know. That is more important for our paperwork. Because I mean, was this blood sample? Do you know? Did it have any? Was it diseased? Is it, there's a lot of. Can you elaborate on that?
I can't really give location on this right now because of basically developing story of the group
story
right now. Yes.
Is this are you a law enforcement officer with ongoing criminal investigation?
No, this is basically investigating cold.
Okay, then it doesn't matter. Like, I need to know what the sample was taken from. Like, it's human. That's important with our bureaucracy, with our rules. There are certain rules about like bringing blood in and working on it. So it didn't have Ebola, did it?
So why would it have Ebola? So
well, I don't know where it came from. That's why I'm asking. You understand my position. I have to prove to our auditors and our bureaucrats that like our lab is safe and we're not bringing biohazardous material in. And Isaac Andrew swears it was a safe sample of blood, but he didn't say where it was from. It sounded like you didn't tell him where it was from.
So it was basically, again, everything off of this is basically off of a cold case that was that is going back decades. So this is not anything they would carry an active sample of anything.
What can you give me something about it? Like a cold case that could have legal ramification. Can you tell me like what it was taken off of? Like, was it taken off a body? Was it taken off a surface?
So, who is it reporting this right now to? Is this basically CDC reporting that you're going back to?
Yes. We have standards to make sure labs are safe.
So, was it human to see if he's actually lying?
Yeah.
Okay, yep, definitely going to roll that.
Okay.
Made it. So, 17 under 50.
Okay. All right. He seems very credible, at least over the phone.
Okay. So,
look, if you don't tell me, then Isaac will be in trouble. I can tell you that much.
Okay, that's a little bit BS trying to threaten him right now, especially when he was doing this. And I know that there are other people who basically use labs like this all the time.
Yeah, but they provide documentation about what their samples are from.
Okay, so I will give this right now, but in the turn, I would ask for anonymity because, again, this is a journalist. That's like I'm working basically for a journalistic group investigating a cold case. So
okay. So tell me what you can about this blood sample, this human blood sample.
So this one is coming from a site up in the mountain. That's basically a crime scene, residence up in the mountains, where this was discovered on a surface right now that is fairly old, decades old at this point. We were going to see if this was actually, human blood or if this was, or might have been animal blood. That's all I could really get into.
Mm-hmm. And is there anything about the surface it was taken from that might be dangerous? Was it taken from, a toxic waste barrel or? No,
it was just it was literally taken off of what looks like a stone sculpture.
A stone sculpture. Okay, see, that's all I needed. That's all I needed. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So you're welcome.
Did you get that guy's name?
So no, I didn't because I found him trustworthy at this point. So sorry that I'm about to send somebody to kill you. So, and also my excuse on this would be I'm exhausted after this point trying to figure out this one. So
I was like, did I ever introduce himself? I don't think he did.
It's okay. This is Delta Green. Nothing weird or violent ever happens.
Yeah.
Fine.
All right. So yeah, Donny, you're in the motel, and the rest of you are up at the Black Lodge, and you all have your own rooms. But there's a kitchen that still works, and they have brought the pizza that can be heated up in the oven. You know, some Totino's type pizzas, and they have the finest Miller Lite. And I don't know what kind of cheap convenience store / general store food are you having dinner with on?
The pizzas for sure are perfectly in line with what I'm thinking, but I'm going to say I don't drink when on a case. It dulls me.
Okay. All right. Jordan, what about you?
I'm definitely eating some of the pizza. We also have some of those tiny noodle cup things, but I'm just going for pizza for now. I will have a beer, because why not? It's been a day.
Yeah. So as you're eating, it's you're all talking. All five of you are very excited about the case. You're all talking about your sharings and the kind of things you're making.
We're actually finding things.
Yeah, no, there's one. Jamie looks to you, Ulysses. So you got any theories yet? Ulysses?
Hard to say right now. I think we can definitely assume there was some kind of cultish activity here. But, I've seen a lot of cults in my day that were really just a bunch of bored people getting together to kill time.
Well, it's not really a cult. I thought cults were dangerous. You call any sort of
no. It's most people think so, but a lot of cults, as I said, are just bored people that decide to have some fun. So to look further into this before we can determine what exactly kind of organization this was.
Yeah, fair.
But I think we're definitely finding that this place has some secrets to tell.
Yeah. A cold breeze goes through the kitchen, and that's when all of you realize that the skylight is still open. Nobody specifically turned it off. And it's October in Tennessee. So when you go out, though, both of you give me alertness checks.
I am alert, yes.
And I too am alert.
Something small scurried away from you when you it seemed to have been on the stone. The central platform was still opened up, by the way. But some sort of small animal, maybe a raccoon-sized, scurried away very fast into one of the hallways opposite you as soon as you open the door.
I think we might got heads up. We might have a raccoon in here, everybody.
Yeah, we've let something in. That's gonna be annoying.
It's okay. Raccoons are normally more afraid of us than we are of them.
But you also see that there's moonlight on the stone. Moonlight, it's not quite a full moon yet, but there is some moonlight on the stone circle. It looks like the animal was on sort of messing with that stone circle a little bit. As you're all taking this in, though, in the distant hallway, you can hear glass break. So,
yell out, everyone all right?
Well, they're all with you. Everyone's on your side. It sounds like the animal broke something.
All the podcasters came with us.
Yeah. They're in with you.
Like that raccoon might have messed something up. We should go check it out. Oh, let's get this thing closed, by the way.
Yep. So,
close the skylight. I don't know how many times this going to be raised and lowered. The machinery didn't sound great.
Yeah, you can leave the stone platform open. You can walk on it. It's very sturdy. It's literally the mountaintop. And when you go to check out where the sound of broken glass came from, it looks like there's a broken window now. Looks like the animal broke through the window.
God damn it!
Yeah, he was anxious to get out of here.
Yeah. And
how big is the hole in the window?
Fairly large, and that's of course when you notice there is a slightly bluish liquid on some of the glass shards from the broken window.
Okay, that is peculiar.
Dark blue, almost like black, but yeah, navy blue.
Let's go. Let's get a sample of that.
Okay, you get a sample of that.
I'm wondering what skill I would use to go like what that could be.
That would be biology.
I don't think biology is a skill.
Well, science. It's a science.
Yeah, or you can add one. So yeah.
Yeah, if you have a science.
I have 20% in science. Let's do this.
All right. Sure.
Yes. Blue. It's definitely something I don't know. Good. Hey guys,
it is blue.
It is blue.
That's not the color of blood.
No, it isn't. But you can close up the window. Well, you can. It's tape it up basically, or put some plastic
sheeting. Tape the pizza box to it. Just
there you
go.
We go. Yeah.
Perfect. That'll keep the wind out.
Well, it's one of the unused rooms now. It's not like a personal room. Looked like it'd been a meeting room or something. A little office room. There's a couple of tables and a desk there, but that's about it. So it's pretty easy to ignore. And your rooms have their own little stoves for heating. Essentially, it's not like central heating. But yeah, you have to set up. You have your own little potbelly stove and fire. Yeah. So, do you do anything else tonight, or you just finish up your meal and chat and just kind of like, yeah, I'm sure that's fine.
Kind of just shoot the shit on the case, and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got a whole week.
And I probably gets past cases we've done, things that are interesting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just asking Steve and Debbie how the last podcast episode went, etc.
Oh yeah, they're all very excited. There's so much to talk about. The fact they're trying to they actually spent part of their plan trying to reformulate it because there's so much to reveal now. They got to slow roll it. They're gonna get at least a couple additional extra episodes out of this, and plus they are doing a feature length documentary about this. But they got to replay the whole thing now. This is so big. Now they need to find out more about the Knights of the Black Lodge because this is crazy. And like the history of this building, like what the fuck is going on. Yeah, there's a lot to figure out. So yeah, so night goes. All of you sleep quite pleasantly. You seem to all wake up. You had some kind of dream, but no, it's gone. It's
one of those.
We did listen to a lot of random chanting. That's not going to cause anything bad.
Oh yeah, Steve was playing a lot of that back, just listening to it, almost like a drone album. He just could not get enough of that. There's hours of that shit, and it all sounds unique. Like it's just lengthy monologues in Latin.
They're behind the feature, extra episode, pay extra.
Yeah. Wait, collaboration with Cryo Chamber.
So what was this band camp? Dr. Darling.
Yeah. Yeah. So, the next day rolls by. Let's see. Donny, you get back. Well, are you heading immediately back, or are you going to do some research on your own?
I'm going to do some research if we have a university library available.
Yeah, you do.
All right. I definitely want to take what we looked on there, basically this praise to the sleeper, and do just research to see if I can find anything related to it. Either with tribe, Latin specifically would be kind of what I would go into. So another occult role, or would that be history or anthropology?
Probably. Let's see. I would say history.
Okay. So I have a better chance of getting something. It won't happen, but I have a better chance. And the prophecy came true.
All right. They actually don't let you in. They don't let you into the special section. There seems to be some problems with your credentials. They say these are rare books and we can't just let anybody come in. And you're not connected to the university. You're not a recognized academic researcher.
I'm currently going through a PhD program in anthropology.
Sorry, we can't verify your credentials for some reason.
Oh, good God. So, all right, I still need this information because I won't be able to get anywhere. Is there any way we could potentially make a deal? Because is this like an actual, is this somebody in charge who I'm looking into this, or is this like a...
With the librarian you're talking to,
It's an actual librarian or something? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, if they're, like I said, bureaucracy roll to see if I could maybe get anything out of this right now. It's like, look, if I'm writing a paper on this, if I think this will actually go forward right now, I don't mind making you a credit onto this as well, since I'm hoping to get this published along with my other works.
No, this would be Persuade.
That'd be Persuade? Okay. So try to give that a shot.
Mm-hmm.
That does make it 33 critical success.
Okay, the librarian takes another look. It's like, oh wait, yeah, no, that's weird. That's just a computer error. Yeah,
thank God. So I'm sorry.
It really weird. It's like it flagged you as a suspicious person, but then like it's cleared. I don't know.
Can I get your name? Because again, I want to keep my word on this. That if we can get this published right now, you're definitely a source that needs to be put in here.
Okay. Let's see.
I'm trying to make a name. So
yeah, no. Linda Parks.
Linda Parks. So.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Linda, so much. You have saved me so much time, so I appreciate it.
All right, so you find the information. The only thing you can find is Appalachian folklore. There are some remote stories of settlers in the 1700s talking about the sleeper on the mountain, the sleeper of the mountain sleeper, something like that. It varies. But someone sleeping in the mountain is the mountain. And if you dream on top of the mountain, you can see the mountain sleeper can talk to you. But if the mountain sleeper ever wakes up, it'll doom the world, or it's one of the signs of the apocalypse, of the end of days. They're kind of fragmentary, but good Christian men can keep the sleeper sleeping by dreaming on top of the mountain and keeping him listening to what the sleeper has to say.
Okay, so like again, somebody sacrificing themselves to a sacrifice to be able to placate whatever this thing is. So interesting. All right, so yeah, copy down whatever information I need with that and head back up to the lodge.
Okay, so meanwhile, in the morning, Jordan, what is your first inclination?
We haven't actually looked around the grounds yet, so I was going to do that in the morning.
Okay. Yeah. What skill do you want to use for that?
Oh, actually, I'll do the same. I'll do the same with you.
Search, probably.
Yeah, search would be very good.
Nah, not at all. I'm just going for a stroll with my coffee, basically.
Yeah. I will say for free, you do get the sense that you do see some paths leading into the woods. It does that look like, like deer path kind of things. Like somebody or creatures or people from the woods have been coming, checking out the lodge for a long time now because it's still fresh or it's still like beaten down. It hasn't just overgrown. So maybe, well, it's also leading up to the mountaintop itself, which this whole area, it's basically it's literally the top of the mountain. So it's a bit like a flat surface on the top of the mountain. So it does provide a pretty good view. So maybe they're just coming up here to see the view, not necessarily the lodge. But yeah, it goes into the woods surrounding the mountain. Like the rest of the mountain is heavily forested. Yeah, but with the fail, that's about all you can pick up on.
Yep.
Ulysses, what about you? What are you going to use to search?
Criminology.
Okay.
Critical success.
Okay. What questions do you want answered about the grounds?
What part did the grounds play in the incident?
Well, like I said, the two witnesses basically went out the door you left, which goes out the dining room area onto the grounds, to run straight into the woods, where they just ran and hide because they didn't know if the killer was after them or even was aware of them. And they were there. They weren't found until the next morning when they stumbled on at the bottom of the mountain, the nearest farmstead. Essentially, they just wandered blind for hours. It's the grass up here because of the wind. There's not much vegetation. It's pretty cold and the air is thin, and so it's not really overgrown. And the family the Ingram family in the recent years has paid people to sort of keep the grounds from getting too bad. So there's not like manicured lawn, but it's not like but like there's only one way via car on or off the mountain. No, not even an off-road vehicle could make it through that forest. It's too dense, and it's pretty steep going up and down. So George Mackenzie had to go straight up and back. But if you're on foot, then you have a lot more avenues. So you could see, for example, someone could park at a road, hike a half a mile or a mile or two uphill to get to the lodge, and then hike back, and then basically be pretty far, have a really good head start at getting away. So you kind of wonder why George didn't do that, but instead of because apparently he just drove straight in, shot everybody, then got in his car and drove right out. But George was, I also wonder how George could navigate these roads at night without being seen and not die, because if he was drunk, man, it'd be really hard to make some of these turns.
I'm thinking, let alone do all those, accurate shots.
Yeah, well, he missed quite a few times. Apparently, there's a lot of lead thrown that night.
So a lot of spray and pray.
Yeah, I mean, his weapons were semi-automatic. He didn't have illegally converted weapons. But let's see here. So Ulysses and Jordan looked around the grounds outside. Let's see. You didn't crit succeed on things, so you actually do see an animal trail from the broken window, but you lose track of it when it goes in the woods. Because that's more of a survival, not a criminal. That's not criminology, really. Tracking animals is definitely not criminology.
Well, it could be.
Criminals
are animals. We all know this.
Oh no. Okay, Judge Dredd. So that takes you a couple hours of looking around, taking photos and stuff like that, and then Donny drives in. Donny was researching shit, sorry. He figured that shit out. So now, Donny, are you going to go back? Or are you going to keep researching or doing other things?
No, I'll go back now, since that's at least just general information too. Like, the only thing that was weird was that whole situation with the,
well, that's like, again, a 4-hour drive, I think, 3 or 4 hours. So
yeah, so I'm on the road and listening to other podcasts, not our own.
All right, what podcast are you listening to?
Let's see.
You can just make one up too.
Yeah, I try to think. Pots Are Paid, specifically trying to figure a podcast about creating the world's most difficult recipes out of the only found ingredients in a house. So basically, they describe what they find in a curtain cupboard and try to create opulent meals.
Oh, the College Kids episode was my favorite of that. There was nothing.
It was literally water and one ramen season package
and
that
dreams. Yeah.
The most filling.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, it works. All right. So Donny's gonna be driving for a while. So Jordan, what are you gonna do next to look things up, figure things out?
I might call some people, see if they've got any leads on where some of the survivors might be.
Okay. Actually, the podcast hosts do have Sarah Cummings' address. Like I said, she lives in Briar Creek. So, and they got the address from the Ingrams. So, yeah, she's an old lady now. Very crotchety, apparently.
So, does she have a phone that I could call?
She does.
Because Donny currently has our car right now.
No, you all had your own cars. Like, you all flew in separately. So you all...
okay. In that case, yeah, I might go and visit Sarah Cummings.
Okay. So that's an hour drive. So you're driving. Ulysses, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna go with her? Or are you going to?
Yeah, I'll go with her. I do interview. I've done interviews before.
Okay. All right. So the two of you head down into Briar Creek.
Send a text to Donny before we go, just so he knows what we're up to.
Like I said, it's a small Appalachian town. Dying a slow death of opioids and poverty. Chain link fences, wooden houses that are falling apart. They're trying, but man, it's very scenic, but also very, very sad. But yeah, Appalachia. So you get to her house, and you pull into her gravel driveway. You're just gonna knock on the door. See who answers.
Yep.
All right. You go. You knock on the door, and a middle-aged woman, plainly dressed, answers like, "Hello, can I help you?"
Hi, we're looking for Sarah Cummings.
Oh, I'm her nurse. What is her, sir? Who are you?
I'm Officer Jordan Drake. We just have a couple questions for her regarding the incident 24 years ago. Just some follow-up questions.
She is the heroess. Sarah, who is it? Wait, no, it's not Sarah. Not Sarah.
They're both called Sarah. It's real confusing.
Right,
what's the problem right there?
Let's see here. Nancy, who is it? Nancy, who is it? It's some people wanting to ask about the lodge. Oh, Sarah, you hear the sound of a walker banging against the tile floor. Actually, not banging. There's little tennis balls at the bottom of the walker. But a very sort of ornery-looking old woman, white hair, looks at you with. She says, "Yes. Why should I help you? Why should I tell the same story I've told so many times to you?"
Because we have uncovered some more information about the lodge, and we just have some follow-up questions for you. Is it all right if we come inside?
Do you have persuade?
I should have. Yes, I do.
All right, give me a roll on persuade. This.
No.
Crit failure?
60 over 40.
Okay. It's not a crit failure. Ulysses, she's kind of faltering. Do you want to try and scoop in and save her?
Well, my persuade's only 20.
Okay. Well, what kind of information do you have that's new?
I want to pull up the photo I took of the stone and be like, can you tell us any information regarding this?
Oh. You shouldn't come in. She shuffles in really. You follow her inside her very small home. There are many Cupid dolls and other very cutesy things staring at you with your dead porcelain eyes. It is.
You have a lovely home.
The smell of potpourri lingers in the air, quite heavily. Nancy goes outside and opens up a pack of cigarettes.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Naturally.
And Sarah flops down on an easy chair, pulls a lever, props her feet up. Are you with one of them shows? One of them crime shows? Unsolved Mysteries?
We are, yes.
Well, that's some mystery should stay solved.
It doesn't seem like we've solved the mystery yet. If anything,
Well, they should stay unsolved. Sorry, I'm old. They should stay unsolved.
I see, Miss Cummings. We'd really appreciate it, because you used to work at this house.
Mm-hmm.
What would happen during these meetings? Can you give us any information about this at all?
Well, women were never allowed in the lodge hall during meetings.
But you'd be able to overhear. Surely you must have been curious.
Well, they paid me very well and overlooked the fact that I was a single mother, which, I was very, very kind of them, but they were also drunks and assholes. So I heard them talk about being the protectors of the town and overseeing its good fortune, and how the town was so lucky to have them. And in retrospect, it's kind of true, I suppose. After they all got murdered, the town fell apart. Of course, there were all the business owners, the movers and shakers with all the connections to all the other communities. They made a lot of, money traded hands and deals went down. And with all them dead, I guess all that business fell apart and all the jobs and money just poured out of this town. Water out of a sieve. It was... Yeah, but they took it real serious. But once I do remember that stone thing. I heard stories from my grandma about how that mountain was cursed, and that people who go up, hunters who went up on that mountain, slept at night, well, they stopped coming. They would want to go up to the mountain more and more. And eventually they never come down, and they'd become monsters.
Well, the lodge itself has a lot of rooms for people to stay the night. Were there any people in particular who would stay there very often?
Oh, old man Ingram did a lot. He practically lived up there by the end. Of course, he'd come out during the day to do business. He was the biggest, wealthiest man in town, you see. But he hardly ever went home anymore. He could barely be asked to go to the funeral of his wife 2 years before. Didn't seem to miss her much. But yeah, Ingram, he practically lived there. But I did see that stone thing before because one time they had me clean up. But then there was a stain on this blue something spilled on the stone, and they wanted me to get rid of it. And boy, that blue liquid was really hard to get out. I asked them what it was. They just said it was ink, but I don't want. It was weird.
Kind of give a side eye to Ulysses.
Like just nod. Like, were there any tensions in this group in the days leading up to the incident?
Oh, well, they love being up there, not during at the lodge itself. They sometimes, I mean, I couldn't keep track of all of them. They were all vying for different deals and favors, and they had ranks, about whether you were a squire or a knight or a lord or a king. Well, that was Mr. Ingram, of course. He was the king of the Black Lodge. But whether you were a head knight or they gave themselves all kinds of titles, made them feel big. But they hated Mackenzie. Mackenzie, he wasn't a local. He tried to buy his way in the law, try and get in connections, but I was real surprised by him being the killer. It was he didn't strike me as the violent kind. He said he had nightmares about what he'd seen in the when he was in the army, and he couldn't do it. He had that well, what do they call that? That syndrome that they had. Yeah, he was in the Gulf.
Gulf War syndrome?
Post-traumatic stress?
Yeah, the Gulf War syndrome. Yeah, that's it. He had problems sometimes. He had all kinds of ailments and whatnot. He claimed all kinds of things. I was surprised he had the focus and the strength to go up there and shoot the gun that many times.
But there were no tensions, there were no tensions between the group the days leading up to the shooting.
I mean, not that I could tell, but I didn't. They didn't keep me privy on all the gossip. They were people complaining about women being gossip, but men are the real gossips. They don't like sharing with women. Yeah, not I can see. They were all happy. They like being up in the lodge. Mm-hmm.
I guess the whole time I was just kind of watching her, just doing the thing I normally do, just
sure.
The human type stuff. So
yeah, go and give me human.
Yeah, I will do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, she's kind of giving you the same kind of side eye that you're giving her. She's kind of sizing you up. So you spend the night up there?
Yes, we have.
Huh.
No, didn't notice. It was pleasant enough, but I didn't notice anything.
Well, you be careful up there.
Yes, of course. All kinds of animals I've noticed.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it seems they're they're the only ones that have trodden upon the place in a long time.
Huh. I remember hunters telling me nothing went out at the top of the mountain. Grass didn't even grow that tall up there. But Nancy said her cousin went out hunting and saw some people setting up tents on the mountain near there. Homeless people, squatters, hobos, wanderers, I don't know.
And how long ago was that?
Nancy, when did Billy Joe see those people up in the tents up on the mountain? Oh, it was a couple weeks ago.
Okay, whereabouts on the mountain? Could you know specifically, Nancy?
Just up at the side of the mountain, not on the top, sort of in the middle where the forest is dense.
Okay.
Actually, I got out one of the maps, see if we can maybe find out where she's talking about.
She has no idea. This is secondhand gossip.
It's one of my languages can be secondhand gossip.
I can see.
I learned it from my grandmother back in the day.
Mm-hmm. Sarah's, yeah, it doesn't surprise me. There's always people wanting to get in the lodge. Yeah. I was wondering about those stories. Wondered what's going to happen. You ever feel, I wonder what, I watched this show the other day. What was it? It was about Pompeii. You ever hear about that place?
Of course.
Yes, we have. Yeah.
I wonder what those people felt like what the days before it exploded, what they were thinking, if they knew.
I would imagine probably the same thing they always think. Today's another day.
Yep. And so is today, ain't it?
Yeah, of course it is.
Yep. The dreams have been coming back, I suppose.
Well, what kind of dreams?
It's just you wake up, you feel like you had a dream. You forget it as soon as you wake up, but feel like it's more important. You wish you'd remembered it more and more. It's like that.
Of course, yes. Like notes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to ask her?
No.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Thank you very much for your time. We're gonna get going, but yeah, we appreciate you letting us in.
All right. So when the two of you get back, and by this, Steve actually calls you on the. Well, actually, you get a text from Steve. It's like, "Where are you? Are you on your way back?"
Just text on our OMW.
Fail to send. Fail to send.
Oh.
Fail to send. Fail to send. Fail. It's sent. Oh, you're already here. Damn. So when you get in there, they're like, oh wow, oh thank God you're back. Debbie saw someone at the edge of the forest, looking at us, or looking at the lodge. We
were just visiting Sarah Cummings. Her nurse said that one of her friends saw some people camping near here. We should probably go check that out.
Yeah, we tried to call the Ingrams, and they said that no one should be up on the mountain this time of year. It's not hunting season, or out of character. I haven't looked up the hunting season for Tennessee. So
what?
Jesus,
yeah,
I'm out.
But nobody should be up on the mountain. Yeah. But they did say that there have been some problems with wandering homeless people. Yeah, I guess we have to be careful now. Keep an eye out. We set up security cameras outside the lodge so we can see if anybody's coming up on us. I mean, it's all flat ground all around the lodge, so we have, and they're motion detected, so sensors. So they'll trip as soon as they'll activate. So we got that going, and you can set it up on your phone too. Like to be able to monitor the security cameras through your phone.
Yep, it's a good idea, definitely.
All right. So you all set that up, I imagine. At this point, though, Donny gets back after you reconvene and have lunch. So yeah, you have a little bit more time before it's dark. I mean, it is October, so it does get dark kind of early, but you still have a couple more hours. So yeah, what do y'all want to do?
I will go over the information with everybody that I found. So that was just kind of interesting on that, and also let them know that we had the B-type blood. That's so it's definitely human, but this is again just even more odd and odd too, especially with this sleeper myth. So whatever that's ritual needed to be conducted in order to keep this thing asleep.
Okay.
Yeah, I will debrief the ramblings of Cummings, curses, dreams. I do mention the blue stain though, because
Look around.
Was close to the glass that we saw. So I don't know if there's some weird type of animal that is around here, or
would it make it be able to make another forensics roll just to kind of make a guess at what that is, or?
Sure.
Okay. Will that be a full or just in a partial because of the oddity?
I mean, this is basic information.
Okay. No, unfortunately, I missed it by 10.
Okay. Ooh. Ooh.
So it could. It might be blueberry stain. I don't know. So, do the raccoons like blueberries?
Love blueberries.
No, I
do you want to
no
lick
idea.
it? You'd be able to find out if it's blueberry real quick.
Do I look like Dan? No. It's like, worst case scenario, we could probably get a scraping again, although I know we can't probably use that lab, unfortunately. Got read the riot act by some supervisor.
All right, so you're all talking and conversing about this when you hear a car horn outside, like a beep, and you check the security cameras, you see the car is rolled in, and a woman is getting out. She's dressed like a hiker, and she's kind of looking around. She goes to the front door and knocks.
I answer the door.
Okay.
Oh, hello.
Who might you be?
Oh, hi. My name's Regina. I have to admit my phone died, and I'm kind of a bit lost. I'm trying to find the Blue Smoky Trail. Are you guys hikers? Is this a hiking lodge? Is this a I mean, it's getting kind of late. Is this a place I can? Do you have rooms available? Is that what this is? I'm sorry. Hi.
This isn't a hiking lodge. There is a town an hour drive down the road. We can give you directions there, and then someone should be able to help you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, is it that town? I already asked there. They didn't. I guess I can go back. There's only like one motel there, and the creep kind of. Well, the clerk there kind of creeped me out. Sorry. I guess I can sleep in my car or something. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
All right, one moment. Convene with the rest of them. Like, there's a lost hiker who is looking to stay the night. Do we let them? I mean, technically, this is our crime scene, right?
Well, a crime scene for technically a crime that's been solved.
Well, it's a cold case right now, and
you have no state sanction. You're just civilians.
Like, well, also, it's not even a cold case. It's an old case that was been solved years ago.
No.
Can I use human to see like if they were lying?
Sure.
Let's both give them the.
Well, only Jordan talked to.
So that would be her.
Yeah. 80 over 70. I'm terrible.
Yep.
Come on in.
It's just a hiker. It's just a hiker.
They're lost. We've all been there. Like, and there's no GPS up here. It's so cold at night. It's real. Like, it seems a dick move to make them sleep in a car.
Mm-hmm. All right. So the podcast hosts trust you guys. So yeah.
I'll open the door. Like, okay, listen. We do have a spare room. Let me show you the way.
Oh, thank you. Oh wow, this place is cool.
Hi,
my name is Regina.
Anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Hi. Oh, God, there's a bunch of cool camera equipment stuff set up. Are you guys making a movie?
Yeah. And that stone over there is a prop, so please don't touch any of the equipment or the props.
Oh, wow. That's so cool. I've never seen anything like that. That's so awesome. She tries to get a better look of it. Yeah. Oh wow! At this point, Debbie's like, "Hello, hi. Oh my God, are you Debbie from Podcast of 1,000 Corpses?" It's like, yes. Oh my God, I recognize your voice. I'm a huge fan. I was listening to it on the way up here. Oh my God, what are you guys doing up here? And Debbie starts talking to Regina, and Regina seems to be a very devoted fangirl of the podcast. At this point, Ulysses, you're observing them, so you can make a human check.
Oh yes, that's getting done. 3 out of 80.
Yeah, it's fine. Just a fangirl.
It's like, okay, she's just a fangirl. Like, all right, well, yes. I mean, it's their equipment. So I think it's just be careful.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I kind of asked her.
Just silly to hike in these mountains during winter.
Well, it's fall. I mean, it's not super cold yet. But
yeah, that's at least cool. But actually, kind of looking at her stuff too, because what was the car that she rolled up in?
It was a sedan.
So sedan, and it's kind of interesting to see what they are. Because what was her name again?
Regina.
Regina. So okay. Hey, Regina, you said what was the trail that you said that you were trying to find?
The Blue Smoky Trail?
Blue Smoky Trail. Okay, so kind of thinking about that. Oh, I'm trying to think what would be a good one. Actually, survival. Could I usually use the survival skill to know how rough of a trail that is or what kind of expertise is needed?
Yeah, what's your survival at?
50.
Yeah, go. Make a check.
Okay. 24 out of 50. Yeah, made it.
Okay. Yeah, you know approximately how difficult. So are you going to question her about this?
I would like to know about this before I start making the question. So
I mean, it's one. It looks like. I mean, it's not like it's not like a double black diamond or anything. Like it's.
I think those are skis only.
I know.
So.
I don't know, but the equivalent of that. It's not.
It's
not the Barkley. All right. It's
not. It's not considered an expert trail, I guess, along the Appalachian.
No. It's okay. Yeah.
All right. Just kind of curious because I've been out there. So, like, how long have you been hiking?
Oh, a couple years now since the divorce.
I'm
Sorry
to hear that.
No, don't be. It was the best thing that happened to me. She kind of.
I was about to say, congratulations. Sorry, just depending
on
what's going on. But yeah, I'm glad right now. So, what are some of the other places that you hiked?
Oh, are you a hiker too?
Yeah, a little bit too. Right now, I'm an anthropologist by trade, so I end up kind of roughing it along.
Yeah,
different
you start talking about that. She doesn't seem to be as knowledgeable about hiking as you do. She's not as hard into it, or survival. But she's been out to Yosemite. Looks like she's just now sort of starting with the Appalachians. It does strike you a bit odd that you choose to do Blue Smoky as her. It seems like that's her first one in the Appalachians, and it's not the best one to go, but like. Yeah, so it does strike you a little odd. She's also got way lost. It's like the next mountain over. It's not like she must have taken a wrong turn on the road to get here. So she made a wrong turn like a couple hours ago. Yeah.
Well, if nothing else, we can kind of give you directions back around that way too for the next day. So maybe update your GPS.
Yeah, I was to be honest, this was kind of a last minute trip. My schedule sort of opened up, and so I kind of just like, I'll just throw some stuff together and hit the road and kind of just get going. I tend to overplan things, I don't want to overplan things too much. So yeah.
Well, spirit of adventure, I guess. So just
mm-hmm. Do you have human?
Okay. I do, but I don't want to make an excuse to use it just saying, why are you here? So,
okay.
That doesn't, like, everybody else has already kind of made that role, so I don't feel like that's in the spirit of this one. So
okay. At this point, Jamie's like, guys, I've been working on those tapes and I kind of figured out the order that they go in. Yeah. And I kind of figured out what the whole purpose of the ritual is. I've translated enough of the Latin to sort of figure out that they refer to certain actions that have to be done in order. And so he's talking while you guys are all sort of assembled. You're all back in the sort of common area seems to be the dining room, kitchen area where you all kind of assemble to snack and eat.
We're
and
eating party pies.
Yeah, basically. Well, and hot pockets. They got the industrial batch of them. There's just
hot pockets.
Exactly.
Industrial pockets.
Basically. So you're all kind of naturally says, yeah. So I kind of figure I don't know exactly what it is. It's something to do about the Great Sleeper, the Sleeper Under the Mountain. That's the other title that they kind of give them, or it, or whatever the fuck it is. But there's three things you have to do. One is to chant, which is this. So I think maybe they recorded this chant so they don't have to play it back every time they do this sort of like ceremony or whatever the fuck it is. The next thing is they have to put blood on the seal. They have to cut, like they cut their hand on this over the seal and drop blood on it. And then they so they have to chant, they have to have the blood on the thing, and the moonlight has to hit the stone seal. Yeah.
They say if it was necessary for like a full moon or
I don't know. I'm reading. This is the ritual chant itself and it's referring to certain actions in there. So it's kind of like not the instructions on how to do the ritual. It's just the ritual itself. It's just the ritual chant. The chant says, as I give my blood by, cutting my hand to entice the scent of blood shall entice the sleeper to draw near, that kind of thing. So that I'm sort of making some inferences, but yeah. So like if we do all like that could be a whole segment. Like there's going to be a full moon very soon, like tomorrow night. So we can open it up. We can get some ketchup and sort of fake it, with like do our own little ritual. Doesn't it sound like that'd be awesome? Wouldn't it? That be how we start the documentary?
Yeah, I mean, talking about this is fine, but reenactments. I mean, it and for a podcast too.
I don't know. We've seen some bang up reenactments like that. Haunted Ozarks VHS.
Yeah.
I throw a hot pocket at his head.
The spook nights.
Yeah. Simple reenactments, like you use ketchup or it's syrup with food dye. It's gonna be fine. Like
Well, we don't have food dye, but we do have ketchup. So yeah, like it's just for the podcast. Like, but it'd look really cool, and we'll clean up the ketchup after we're done. Like, So, but I think it'd be really cool, guys. So the podcast hosts are all really excited about that.
Well, just remember, if you decide to do this on a potentially cursed artifact, the last time that happened literally created a vegetarian vampire duck.
Are you saying that you believe in curses?
No, I was making it Count Duckula. No one? Okay, I'm old.
Yes, you are.
Oh, I get Duckula. Yeah, Regina said. Yeah. Yep.
All right, Aaron. You found your kindred spirit here.
She said humans. She doesn't know what she's done. It's like
that's it. That's your trigger. Okay. All right.
What was the show that it came on with? Answer me.
Where to me?
Oh, but just I smile at Regina. It's like, oh, thank you. So, but like mainly my concern is potentially disturbing what would be a site in case there's any more, I guess, forensic evidence or anything else we can pull. So, but that's I'm thinking more scientifically than
we've
like
already
podcast.
Pulled the blood off of it, so
yeah, I guess that's true. Just leaving sites as is, but if at least if we might be able to find something else because there might be something more about this stone under full moonlight.
Virginia's just looking wide-eyed at all of you. She's like, oh my God, do you guys need an intern or something? Like, I have vacation, and I was just going to go hiking, but I was just like, hey, let's just see what the world gets in front of me. I could help you all. Like, I got a couple more days of vacation before I have to head back. If you need somebody to just, like, go get supplies or whatever. This sounds so cool.
Oh, it's up to the... Like we're here as just advisors, so.
Oh,
okay. What do the trio say?
Okay. Hold on. Let's have a group huddle. No offense, Regina. So, the podcast host asked the three of you to come. It's like, okay, you guys think Regina's fine?
Like I've looked into her as well as I do. She seems fine.
Okay.
I mean, she's a bit ditzy, but sure.
All right. Yeah. No, that's fine. So yeah. Cool. That's great. Yeah. No, yeah, sure thing, Regina. Great. Welcome aboard. The pay is nothing, but you have to sign this waiver. So we can use your likeness on the documentary, which Regina happily signs. We're happy to use you. So great. So Regina gets set up. Let's see. Are you guys going to be doing anything before you turn in for the night?
I would say if I can, making some just rubbings on the... I'll take the pictures of the stone circle again, but see if I can make some rubbings impressions of it to see if anything else comes out in that I've not out of side of the normal carving that I haven't seen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I'm going to show him some of the blue stuff we found.
Okay.
I saw it on the window, didn't
I? You weren't there last night when it was broken, but yeah, you can see it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you showed it to me, so that's why I was...
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. You now have seen the blue stuff.
And
okay.
Actually, I'll give him the sample we took.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Could I do another forensics roll just to see if I could identify now that they're actually a fresh sample? Or
you need a lab. You don't have a lab here.
Okay. I guess I can say, all right. Well,
So we go back in and say, like, man, I we need a lab and measure our new friends. Like, oh, I have one.
Right, I reported one in my car everywhere I go, just in case.
Oh my God.
Why did your band say DG on it? I don't get it.
All right. So you can call up your friend Isaac Andrews, the technician, and see if he can get access to the lab again.
We can't.
Yeah, I'm not. I first, I don't want to get him any more trouble too, so I'm not going to push my luck on that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So.
Sure. That's up to you.
I would like to check on the angles of the security cameras before I go to bed, just like flick through to see where they're actually pointed.
Okay. You see where they're pointed. What are you trying to figure out?
Dead spots?
There are some dead spots.
Okay.
You don't have to roll for that. They're like near the building. Like basically there's no blind spots from a distance. Like it's flat ground all around from pretty far away. So, and they have night vision mode or like low light mode. So, and the moon is out again tonight. So, they would have to get pretty close before basically underneath the cameras or, within 10 or 12 feet under them at certain angles, they would have blind spots.
Yeah.
But, approaching, they would not have any blind spots. There's no. The best angle would actually be using the cars as cover because they're parked off to the side. But even so, you're going to see them before they can use the cars from cover.
Cool.
Yeah. So, in fact, give me an alertness check, though. As you're looking through the cameras.
I see. 29 over 60.
Okay, yeah, you do see a silhouette in the very distance in the tree line that looks like it's moving, but you can't tell what it is exactly. But it looks like, something large, deer or human-sized, moved through the tree line for a second there. But, yeah. Now, you can also set up the cameras so that if the motion sensor triggers, your phone will ring, so you'll hear it.
I will set that up, just because if that wasn't a deer, that's concerning.
Yeah. All right. So about 2 hours later, your phone rings.
I immediately regret my decision as I check my phone.
Yeah, you could see a person from a distance, kind of wearing some sort of brown coat, sort of hunched over, sort of sneaking up towards the building, towards the lodge.
I grab my gun, put a jacket over whatever sleeping clothes I've got. Whose room's next to mine? Because I'm going to knock on the door.
Your choice. I mean...
I'd probably more likely get Ulysses in this.
Okay.
Because he was a cop, not a student.
All right.
Well, federal agent, but yeah.
All right.
Knock on the door and be like, we got company, and head out.
Okay.
Oh, you probably
we accompany West Wall or whatever, wherever it was.
Okay.
Okay. Both of us, weapons drawn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go to meet. Usually, like, hey, what are you doing?
All right. So you head out. He's pretty far off. He's a couple hundred feet off. Like the camera's actually pretty good in high def, which is why the motion and so that's why the motion sensors picked him up from so far away. So he's about 200 feet away when you open the door. So he kind of freezes like a deer in headlights. So you'd have to yell at him in order to be heard from this far. You're like a football field away, or like most of a football field away. Yeah. Are you going to walk towards him? Are you going to yell at him from a distance, or?
Start walking towards him as I yell, like, "Hey, who's out there?"
Actually, I'll try. Actually, I'm going to try to sneak around him.
All right. Well, it's open ground at night, so this is going to be halved. I mean, it's at night, but it's open ground and there's moonlight, so. You can try and circle around him. He's certainly distracted. So I would say, no, not fully half, but like -10 off your sneak or stealth.
Okay, that's still 40.
Okay.
Let's give this a try.
He might be so focused on Jordan.
Man, fuck you. That would have made it.
Well, it's literally open ground. Like there's nothing to hide behind. So it's pretty difficult.
I crouch down, Ross. That means I'm sneaking. I've played games before. before.
I know, but this is extreme mode difficulty.
Oh, it's just hardcore mode?
Yeah, it's hardcore.
Damn it. I should have.
So he kind of starts backing up and trying to keep both of you. So
like,
you can't flank him, Ulysses.
Yeah. It's like, so, like, sir, like, whoever you are, can we help you?
All right. So he basically kind of like stops and says, "Yo,
assistance.
I want to see it.
Want to see what, sir?
I want it's sleeping. I want."
Well, we were. Then you woke us up. That was not nice, sir.
It's sleeping, and I want it to not. I want to see it. Let me in.
Regrettably, I'm afraid we have a full house, sir. If you want to come back, maybe tomorrow, maybe in the morning, we can discuss this further.
You should let me in.
Sir, what is your name?
I dream, but I can't keep it asleep unless you let me in. He starts walking towards Jordan. Actually, you realize he's walking straight towards the door to the house, to the lodge.
Sir, please stop where you are.
Can roll persuade persuade to convince him nicely to stop.
1 critical success.
All right, you kind of You use official police voice, which is this person.
No.
Well, it's more like, I should listen to this person or they will hurt me.
Yeah.
Having a gun, slowly raising it as I'm saying, it helps.
Yeah, but sounding like you're prepared to use the gun is very convincing.
Yeah.
So he stops and says, "You're not going to let me in?"
I can't do that. No. Why are you out here, sir?
He kind of shudders, almost like he has a tiny seizure or something. And then he just starts running. He turns around and runs into the woods, towards the woods.
I'm not going to chase him into the night. That's a terrible idea.
No, I've seen this movie before. Nuh-uh.
Okay.
Is there a way to have that footage recorded from the security camera?
Oh yeah. Everything's automatically recorded.
Sweet. I guess I'll just be like, oh, that was weird. We'll try to work out who he was in the morning.
Okay.
Meanwhile, it's cold and I'm tired. Let's get back in there.
I'm gonna get Ulysses to also set up this phone call thing because there are weirdos out here now.
Okay. What phone call thing? You do have the sat phone. Who are you gonna call?
No, I mean like the phone alert.
Oh, okay.
I'm not the only one.
Yeah, that's fair. Ulysses, your phone is also set to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So the rest of the night goes. Regina is up by the time you get back. It's like, what happened? I heard yelling outside.
There's a bunch of homeless people around. We think it might have been one of them. Someone was approaching the house.
Oh wow!
Somebody camping in the woods, and
he seemed a little out of it for sure.
How'd you know he was approaching?
The security cameras let us know of our phones.
Oh wow, that's so cool! Can I see?
Yeah. I'll bring up the security footage. Sure.
Oh, whoa! Wow, I should get this from my house. We'll talk about it in the morning. I don't. Yeah, we should get to sleep. But yeah, this. Oh wow, this is really, good thing he had that.
Yeah. I mean, the doors are locked, but
yeah.
Windows can be broken.
Yeah, who knows what he would have wanted to do if he gotten in. Woof. All right. So, if you don't do anything else, you can go back to sleep.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Look here, and just kind of once Regina's out of the way, so you think it's just a homeless guy who was spouting crazy nonsense.
That's exactly how I'm going to look at it.
What was he saying?
Know. There's a bunch of people camping here recently. Like whoever Nancy said. Listen, I'm real fucking tired. Can we deal with this in the morning?
Yeah. No, I'm there. So sorry, bother you. Just No problem. I'll see you in the morning, guys.
Yep.
All right. So morning arrives. All of you wake up and you feel like you've just forgotten something important. It's like
my oven's on.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like when my oven's on, but it's like when you wake up, like it's like the dream. But like it's like the last thought you have is like I should remember this dream. I'm awake. Oh, what was I dreaming about? Yeah. Damn.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The when morning comes, you find out Regina's already up. She's already talking to Debbie. She's asking about the security cameras and is very impressed by them. As Debbie's happy to explain how they work and all that stuff. You know, I'm going to get some for my house. Like, oof. My ex-husband came by one time when he was drunk, and I wish I'd have these cameras to, show it to the judge. Ugh. It's terrible. Yeah. Anyways, what do you guys want to do for your third day here?
I wouldn't mind looking for the people, like the general way that dude ran, like going after that, because we've heard that some people camping. Sorting that out seems like a good idea.
Okay. All right. So, Ulysses, are you going to go with her as well?
Yeah, I'll go with.
All right. Donny, are you also going to go?
I'll stay behind just because I will probably have to prep things for their photo shoot, and I want to make sure that it's not harming anything in the house just for preservation.
Sure.
If the podcast people didn't already show them the security footage from the other night.
Oh yeah, they see it. They're watching it. They're debating. They decide not to use it as content because they don't have a
release for that person.
Yeah, they don't have a release for the guy. So if you can find out who that is, and they give you a release,
we'll take a release with us. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not saying. I'm just. But also find out. Yeah.
So he can sign crazy homeless guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically. That would be nice. So the two of you head out. And when you get to the woods, it's the woods. Survival or alertness. I
have alertness.
I have alertness.
All right.
I have a rock.
I do not have that much alertness, though.
I am alert. By far.
All right. So it takes you a while because you're not expert trackers, unlike Donny, who is, but does not go along with you for some reason. But you do find a small squatters camp, tents set up, sort of with like a lean-to thing to kind of keep the wind and the elements out. And there's a couple people milling about in the distance, maybe 3. So you see them. They don't notice you yet. So how do you want to approach this?
Can we kind of observe them for just a moment to see like what they're doing?
Yeah, they're just kind of milling about. One's cooking over a little fire. The other two are talking to each other. You don't see the specific person that you saw last night, though.
Okay. Unless Ulysses wants to do something, I guess we just introduce ourselves.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So the two of you head up to them. The 3 of them notice you, and the 3 of them, they're all men. They all look at least in their late 20s to early 50s. One's in his late 20s, one's in his late 50s, early 50s, one's in sort of late 40s. They look pretty dirty. They're pretty, but they sort of watch you with very focused intent, and they say nothing as you get near within, talking distance.
Like, good morning, gentlemen. Don't know, like, just no, not trying to disturb you or anything. We were just curious about maybe if, like, has there been anyone else near this camp in the last day or two?
Johnny, you all up at the lodge?
Yes, that's right. Someone approached the lodge last night.
Yeah, it was Johnny.
That was Johnny. Do you know any idea where he went?
Oh, sometimes he's here. Sometimes he sleeps under the stars. Cold don't seem to bother him.
We turned him away simply because it was late at night, but we we're concerned about him. We just wondering if you had seen him since last night.
Not since last night. He went out, said it was calling him, and he had to answer.
Yes, he was saying something like that last night. You would happen to know maybe any places he might go?
Well, around here, he's probably found a hollow, or there's a couple little caves in ant tunnels, kind of burrowed in the side of the mountain. He tries to get closer to it that way. He'll probably come out. He'll get hungry. He'll come out.
When he says it's calling to him, do you guys know what he's referring to there? Does it call to you?
The sleeper? Yeah, I heard stories. The sleeper under the mountain. I think sometimes we hear it, but not like Johnny. Johnny led us here. Cops don't come here. No one comes up here to bother us. People don't like this place. Not since the massacre. But that's what you folks are all trying to dig up, aren't you?
It's like we're looking into it. Well, I mean, it's a solved case. We're just doing some favors for some journal
solved.
Yeah, like that's what I'm going with.
Well, you believe what you want, but sometimes dead things should stay buried. You know.
Sometimes.
Ooh. We'll tell Johnny you came by.
Like, yes, thank you, if you would.
Can we grab your names?
Oh. do.
So it's not important then. Good.
Yeah. I'm Clyde, and that's Simon.
Is the oldest one? Is he a number one?
Yeah, he's a number one. Yeah, we'll go with that.
So that crosses out the possible survivors of massacre.
Oh yeah, no, they're both old and hiding. They don't want to go. They do not want to be near the mountain.
Fair.
Yeah. So they're kind of weird and creepy, but they
don't like the mountain, and don't you ride Shaq's train.
Yeah, basically. So, all right, you do that. Donny, you help them. They're going to shoot the video tonight because there's going to be a full moon tonight. They're looking forward to it quite a bit. Oh, yeah. By the way, as you two are leaving, he's like, hey, by the way, you should be careful. Something's prowling around the woods at night. We had to set it.
Johnny is, right?
No. Something not human. The bear, maybe? We heard it last night, but we yelled at it and kind of drove it off. Well, Johnny made a symbol in the dirt, and Johnny says that keeps things away from our campsite. So when it got too close, it kind of...
Can we see the symbol, or?
Yeah, can we see that?
Bring us lunch. We'll show you.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. All right. So you cook up some Hot Pockets and bring them to the hobos, and they show you.
Actually, and we'll even bring some liquor.
Aww.
Do you let me know about? Do you let me know about this?
Yeah,
symbol?
they have beer. They have Miller Lite. That's it. Yeah. I don't know. Do you two?
Yeah. We'll tell them.
Yeah, it's a simple thing. It's something Donny should probably know.
Yeah, yep. I just look at it going like, research content.
All right.
Tearing out of there with...
Regina says, don't worry, I'll help. I'll take over for Donny.
We'll also bring a couple release forms.
Oh, yeah.
Clyde and Simon.
All right. So, you get them to sign if you want. For lunch, they'll do that.
It's like some fresh Hot Pockets and some beers.
Mm-hmm. They show you the symbol.
I'll film them doing this on my phone.
Okay. All three of you give me a sound check.
Oh boy.
Yay! First one.
2. I am very okay.
I've had a hard night.
I too am okay.
All right. If you fail, it's just 1 sanity.
Okay.
But as you trip over when you look at it, you sort of fall down. But all of you, when you look at it, get an intense sense of vertigo, like you're being pulled in, like it's a vortex sucking you in, and then spitting you out, and you're just kind of kind of startled and pushed back almost. As it's a circle, but it's like almost like the opposite of the symbol on the stone floor. Yeah.
So it's like somewhat inverted, I guess, or it would be the best way to.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of.
Okay. Huh. So if that look around, does it have the same markings in it as the stone tablet or the stone circle?
A little bit. I mean, it's drawn in mud essentially, or dirt, so it's very primitive.
Okay.
It's not intricate.
So, interestingly, definitely take pictures of it. So,
okay.
And ask about Johnny for a second too. It's like, do you know when he started doing this?
Oh, nope. He led us here. He was already on the mountain. He's been here for a while, he says.
So, well, interesting that he came by. And like I said, you don't know where he sleeps or where he usually goes.
Sometimes he's here. Last night he didn't come back.
Well, I think we know where he was, so.
Well, there's caves on the side of these mountains. Sometimes he sleeps in those.
There are. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, would I have, actually, since I have the survival stuff, would I have my map, like a map of the area?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Just kind of like it. Do you know could you mark off where those caves are?
No. I don't know how to read no map.
All right. So
for $50, I'll show you.
Sure. So yeah, that honestly, that could be something else that if he needs more information about this too, then yeah, I definitely would. So yeah, I'll load out shell $50.
Clyde gets up, staggers up after he crushes his Miller Lite and downs a Hot Pocket. Camped over a cook fire. Yeah, like a man.
Clearly.
And all right, and lets out an enormous fart as he gets up. I
am immersed now, Ross. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. He staggers. You all staggers around for like a half a mile and points to a point of brush. And you look in, you can see like a small cave that you could crawl in, kind of the side of a storm drain.
I will not be doing that because I am not a spelunker.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so might have to say about more of the camping gear. It may list ropes, but yeah, we're not really kind of set up for this, so this might be a later situation.
Yeah.
So
I say 50% survival. You know that like that's a good place to get killed.
Yeah, that's good. Unless you're prepared, you're gonna die. So, yeah. All right. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, I'll mark it off in there and thank him for their time. So this is really that's like at least enlightening too. So if he knows something a little bit more. Look back over Ulysses and Jordan. Do you either of you need any more?
Nope.
No.
As we're walking back, I'll say, they're mentioning there's been like a large animal. It might behoove us to maybe, both, I have my service weapon, but might behoove us to get something a little bigger just in case.
We're inside most of the time. If it's a bear, it's not going to enter a building.
I'm just thinking there's those windows were easily breakable, like by that raccoon that got in.
They're not floor-to-ceiling windows. Do you think a bear could crawl through a window?
Oh, and what bear is bleeding blue?
No one said anything about Who said anything about bleeding blue? We just found a blue substance.
Well, they mentioned that there was a bear, but yeah, the animal that you saw, you didn't see it obviously well, but it was the size of a raccoon and walked around and scurried out on 4 legs, or looked like 4 legs.
Yeah, it's what I meant. But if they
actually, all of you can give me idea checks now. Intelligence times 5.
Okay.
9 over 55.
Okay.
I have an idea.
As do I.
It's something occurs to you, like you know how that animal got out, but how did it get in? Like the skylight was open, but like that was like a 3-story drop that would have hurt the animal, and it was moving really fast. And because it had to break through a window to get out. It didn't get out it didn't get in through that window because
it might have been in there the whole time.
Maybe, but you were searching that house the entire day. But yeah, maybe, I guess.
Or maybe there's another way in that we haven't found.
Yeah, I guess so.
we could look. We have some time before tonight. We could look for like maybe alternate entrances and exits.
Yeah, if that's how you want to spend your time.
Yeah, there's something else. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you? So what do you want to do?
I will be looking for alternate entrances and exits, just like I said.
Okay. All right. So that's a search check. I'll give you plus 10 because you're searching all day.
Yes.
With the 67? Oh, dear.
Oh, wait, this is search, not criminality, right?
Yeah.
In that case, no.
All right. Let's see here. Jordan?
Yeah, I guess also look around for a point of entry.
Okay. You could try and track down the survivor or the cult or the lodge member who's still around if you wanted to.
Weren't all the survivors hidden though? Like we can't find them?
Well, I mean, you could try to find them.
All right. I will try to do the skill that does that.
All right. Bureaucracy will do that.
Yes. My burnt bridges. Nope. It just goes to a dial tone.
Yep. Yeah.
I'll try to help and see if she maybe dialed the wrong number. Or
okay.
So, and you said, and for that, is that a search roll or was that a?
To find a person is bureaucracy. To
bureaucracy.
Search the building is to search.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know how to operate a phone.
Apparently,
you take me for it.
All right. So, let's see here. So at this point, that's how all of you spend your day. The crew is like, we need all of you to be ready for our big shoot tonight at the full moon. Because we're definitely going to be talking a lot and doing a lot of like monologuing about the crime and what happened and stuff like that. It's such a great set. It's oh my God, this is like a movie. It's still going to be so great. At this point, but as it gets to late afternoon, Regina's just like, hey, I'm going to go pick up some supplies and stuff at Briar Creek. Does anybody want anything at the general store?
I think we're good. So
okay,
energy drinks for tonight.
Yeah. Oh, good idea. Yeah. All right. So she drives off.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see here. So it gets to be about dinner time, which has been about 2 hours. Regina has not yet come back.
Okay.
You get a call from. Debbie gets a call and says, not a call, a text message. Oh, it's from Regina. It says she ran into a friend at Briar Creek. Apparently, she's lost track of time. She'll come back up in the morning. It's too dark to drive now.
All
right. Cool.
Mm-hmm. So as you're all getting ready, are you doing anything before the big shoot starts, before the ritual starts, or the reenactment, of the ritual?
You know what? I'll actually do one thing again, just because I'm just morbidly curious about it. Go outside and see if I can find a stick with a stick right now. And with the weather right now, has it been pretty clear for the most part?
Yeah, it's been very clear, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just wanted to see how wet the ground was or anything. So, but I'll actually take a stick and look at that symbol again, just an odd test case, and draw it outside in the dirt at some point.
Okay.
Just to see, and see if I get that same vertigo sensation that I did last time.
Yeah, give me a sand check.
Okay. No.
All right. As you try and draw it, you are overcome with intense vertigo. And you sort of black out for a second and fall on it. You're awake by the time you hit the ground, or when you hit the ground, it awakens you. But it is very spoopy. So you lose one sand.
Okay. So, although was I able to complete it?
No, you fell on it.
Okay, so it just kind of roughed it up.
Yep.
Oh. Okay. So. Something about this. Why would looking at this cause this feeling? Unless it's just something about the shape or something that kind of causes a disequilibrium, it's like a patterned puzzle, I guess.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Could I roll occult to see if there is this thinking about that, to see if there's anything that could be an answer or something similar in the writings I've read?
I mean, sure. Yeah, you can give me a call.
Okay. Yes, made that 21.
Yeah, how the fuck is it actually giving you vertigo?
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? Like that's like magic's not real. It's not supposed to do that unless you actually believe in it, which you're not indoctrinated in a culture that made this. It's not like voodoo where you grew up with all these stories and that's why you believe it is real. Like, yeah, what the fuck? This is very disconcerting. Why are you suddenly vulnerable to this? Like, it's very unsettling.
Manic memory. So yeah, all right. Well, that's an interesting thing to write in, but I will not worry about that. That's a morning problem.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, are you guys talking about anything at dinner?
I'm going to say that Regina probably got lost because her sense of direction is terrible. Just being snarky.
I think maybe I should I'll volunteer, but someone should keep an eye on the cameras because in case we have another unexpected visitor.
That's probably a good idea, yeah. Johnny seemed to be pretty adamant about seeing the stone.
So I'll watch the cameras.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, at least for this guy again too, especially if he's. I'm also worried too because I know it's like somebody who's roughing out here, but I'm really, I'm not sure if he would be able to survive in those caves that the people at the homeless camp was.
As you're all talking, you check the security cameras, and yeah, you actually see Johnny coming out. He is slowly walking towards the lodge.
I guess we're going to get our answer now.
Yep. So the three of you go out to confront him with the podcasters looking on because you're the experts. You're their security, essentially. Although they are close enough to record what's going on. So they're like right behind you, I guess. It's like, it is the night of the full moon. The sleeper stirs. Please let me attend the ritual.
Okay, so Johnny, you actually know what's going on here?
Yes, the sleeper lives in the mountain asleep, but the dreams of humans keep it asleep, and it was fed by many people over a long time, most recently by the Knights of the Black Lodge, but they were removed because someone misunderstood what they were doing. Since then the sleeper has gotten closer and closer to awakening. We must, and so he's already sent one of his children out. When we do the ritual, the child will come back and sacrifice itself to open the gate. We must prevent it from happening.
So it's
who is the child?
You will see. It is in the woods as we speak, but we cannot. It will only be seen when it wishes to be seen. When you begin the chants, when the moonlight hits, when the blood hits the stone, it shall be drawn forward. But we must not let it reach the stone.
Well, we weren't planning on using blood.
Oh, well, then you will, though, because you have been here. You have been dreaming. It will be inexorable.
So, say that we let you go through this ritual. What happens to us? Because you said it feeds off of dreams.
Yes, and you will feel satiated in the knowledge you have kept it asleep, that you've protected humanity from it awakening.
So, but nothing bad will happen to us.
No. It will be invigorating. It will be euphoria, religious ecstasy.
Human roll. What the hell is...
Okay.
He sounds... Let him in.
You know what you awesome. Know. You know what you know.
Yeah. This is going to get great footage.
Yeah. Hey, ask him if he's willing to cut his hand. That'd be so cool.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, is that bad? I mean, that's probably bad. Yeah, I mean, you're right.
He obviously is suffering from mental instabilities.
Oh, yeah, that's a liability issue. Yeah, no, that's fair.
Well, hold on there for Johnny just in a second, though. Just we need a producers meeting. So
okay, all right. You all huddle.
Okay, I know something else is going on right now, but this obviously is not good. So I'm at this point, honestly, more inclined to see if we can get like the sheriff's office or something up here to see if, or that's like, it's,
he is trespassing. Yeah, that's true.
Well, not just the trespassing. He's obviously suffering from mental instability.
All right, yeah. All right, I'll call. Yeah, no, I trust you. All right. So
see if they get an ambulance up here or somebody to help him.
Steve takes out his sat phone. I was like, oh, that's weird. No bars on the sat phone. Hey, try your cell phone.
I don't think there was going to get anything up here, but...
Yeah, you weren't anyways. But yeah, the sat phone isn't working either.
So maybe the satellite's just out of range for a certain time, or...
It said, I mean, according to the thing, it was working up until now. I mean, I've been using it. I've used it a couple times already. I don't know. It's weird. Maybe it's broken. I mean, we can call him and go to town in the morning and like tell him that he's there, and like, or we could bring him in and take him down in the morning ourselves. We have a guest room. We could just. But I mean, if he's dangerous, he's dangerous. But I
know. I don't think he's dangerous. I just think that this is an unhealthy obsession too, and it's causing more stress. That's my concern. Well, and also, this is again that the site too, because we don't know what he's going to do in there.
Yeah, that's true.
If he is feeling this right now, so I'm worried is that him being a danger to himself.
Okay.
With these delusions. So
Jordan or Ulysses, why don't one of you go down to town and bring the cops, or take him down to town, see if he wants to go downtown. Well, I mean, then you could both go. I don't know. What do you something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm happy to drive him to town. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we can. If you want to ride on this right now, like either Ulysses or I could go quickly, just kind of keep on there, and then kind of ride, and we can see if we can drop him because it's right there. So, and Jordan, he seemed to listen to you the last time, so
yeah, I'll put on police voice again.
Okay. What? So, are you not going to do the ritual then?
No, the ritual's not happening. We need to take you into the town.
Why?
So we can get you help.
You'll get me help?
Yes.
I could use help.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see some people right now who can, understand your story a little bit more than we are, if that makes sense.
All right. So is anyone going with Jordan? And
I'll go. Okay, or I'll say.
All right. So Jordan, Ulysses, and Johnny go in the car, and you're driving for about 15 minutes when you see a massive, several trees as you take the first sort of, as you're going down the road and make your first turn. So you're not at the top of the mountain, but down one switchback. There are several trees in the road. It's impassable.
Like big trees, and not we can just move them. Yep, cool. Great. Guess we're going back.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Awesome. I take photos with the phone so I can show the others. Try to send, assuming no network still.
No network.
Great.
Yep.
Just cool. I'm gonna be muttering under my breath like, God damn it, motherfucker. Just bloody woods and hiking, and this is probably Regina's fault.
All right. So Donny, as you're there, right after they leave, like, oh God damn it. You look over at Steve's like, hey, can you check the security cameras? So you look at the security cameras. They're all down.
What the hell?
Yeah, they're all down. Like off. So the podcasters start messing with them. It's like, well, our normal equipment's fine. It's just the security cameras are down.
So we might want to check one of the connections, I guess. So
yeah,
we'll see. But this is really super. It's like suspicious. So all right.
Well, we got to shoot tonight. I mean, it's full moon. Like we gotta get this thing going. So let's just get going. You can help us.
Honestly, I think this is a good idea right now. If we don't know if anybody else is out there.
Oh, we'll be fine. They'll be back soon. Like we can't wait 2 hours for them to come back. We need to start shooting. Like we'll have the doors locked, and I have a stun gun and pepper spray, bear spray, really. So we'll be fine.
Just fine. I will get my 22 out just to make sure.
See, you're armed. Yeah, we're fine.
With a pea shooter comparatively, so this is
Well, actually, there's a lot of murders that have been done with the 22. If you listen to episode 58, wait, are you on our Pantheon? It was a backer episode, I think.
Flat stare. Just
all right.
Let's get this
Mafia would use them, for their hits. So
I'm aware.
Okay. So they turn they have a speaker playing the chanting. The moonlight is hitting the stone. And they have the chanting on a night like this, the Black Knights of the Lodge would meet for unknown ceremonial purposes. We can only guess at, although the translations of that. So by this point, this has been about half an hour. So you're on your way out. You can see the lodge, Jordan. Yep. Johnny is sort of like very quiet. He looks like he's thinking very closely. He isn't talking. I assume Johnny's in the back seat.
Yeah.
Ulysses, are you in front seat or the back seat next to him?
Back seat with him.
Okay. But you guys are outside, so you can give me alertness checks.
Yay! Use our eyeballs.
24 over 60.
Yes.
Okay, both of you give me sand checks.
Fuck.
Great. I make.
All right. It's
I missed by 1.
That's a crit failure, too.
Critical failure.
Oh, my God.
Oh, nice.
All right, so that's 6 for Ulysses. Fight, flight, or freeze.
Freeze.
Yeah, it's almost like a cuttlefish if it had 4 legs and was the size of a small horse, but more like a tiger-sized cuttlefish. With tentacles, it's a molted pattern. It's changing colors. And it is very rapidly burst out of the trees and heading towards, at a silent run. It seems to make no noise. But you two see it. Can't help but see it. And just making a beeline for the lodge.
I'm frozen. You're going to have to act. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Can I shoot at it? I would like to shoot at it.
Yeah, you're in the car right now, but you could open up the window and you could either stop the car and get out and shoot, or you could do a drive-by shooting, I guess, from the driver's seat.
I'm going to stop the car, get out and shoot.
All right, so that gives it some time. It gets closer. So you, instead of having 3 shots, you'll have 2 shots before it gets there. One will be at -10 due to range, and the second one will be normal.
Okay. The firearms.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, 14 over 30.
Okay.
And
that
the
hits.
second one does not hit. 64 over 40.
All right, with the second, all right, so you hit it once. Blue blood flies out of the wound, but it is a large and go ahead and roll a d10 damage. Actually,
Nope. Dice spot Y. 9.
All right, yeah, there is a brilliant explosion of blue blood out of the creature, which staggers it, but it keeps on going. And it heads, but you two inside, Donny and the podcast host hear gunshots from outside. The 3 podcasters are just like wide-eyed. What the fuck? They have no idea what to do. Their podcast. They don't know what to do in real life.
Is the skylight open?
Yeah, of course. The moonlight's on it.
Jesus, just oh god. This is like a 3-story building, right?
Yeah. It's a very large open hole. Yeah.
Okay, so nothing's probably, as far as I know, is getting in there. It's like I'm telling them to at least get away from the hole right now and get away from the windows.
Okay. Get away from the window. All right. So they scatter inside the lodge in different rooms in different directions. All right. And what are you going to do? I mean, just saying that just takes a second. Are you going to look out the window and see what's coming, or see what?
Yeah, I'm going to crawl over, at least kind of scooch over a little bit so I can see what's going on.
All right. Give me a sand check.
Yay. I've been making these all night long.
Nice.
Hell no.
All right. That is 5. Fight, flight, or freeze. There's a tiger-sized cuttlefish with legs running at you. It's the closest thing I can describe at it.
Running towards the house, I guess? Or
yeah, like right at you. Like you're looking out the window that it looks like it's going to go through.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm immediately running. So I'm just
all right, flight.
Getting further into the lodge right now where it is away from the window.
Right, so
screaming at everybody to get back.
It bursts out. It just crashes through the lodge, knocking through, and it falls. That sort of knocks it down. That took a lot out of it. But you're running out there. You see it went through the wall. It was quite strong. The creature.
The bear defenses failed.
Yeah, the bear defenses failed. So, yeah. What are you going to do, Jordan?
I'm going to run towards it. Keep shooting it as soon as I get a sideline, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it bleeds.
Oh.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
All right. Ulysses, you're just kind of sitting in the car. Johnny gets out too. Stop it! Stop it! The child is here! Stop the child! So Tom, you're just, what is going through your brain?
Nothing, really.
Yeah, just kind of, yeah.
It's kind of a freeze reaction. Is like brain kind of shut down.
Okay.
For a bit.
Okay, so it's taking Jordan some time to get an angle on the creature because she has to run into the lodge, and Johnny's. But you hear a pop coming from behind you. You turn your head, and Johnny has stopped where he's standing. You can see there's a bright red, just wet mess on his shirt, and he seems to look very surprised.
Okay.
Jordan, you can give. Well, you don't see that. You were focused on the lodge. You ran past Johnny. Johnny was sort of yelling out in the middle of the field. So Jordan, you can give me an alertness check to see if you notice that. Ulysses just noticed that for free because he was just kind of sitting there in the car in shock. So if you make your alertness check, you'll notice that as you turn back to see what Johnny is doing.
All right, alertness. 90. I don't give a shit about Johnny.
Yeah, you're really focused on your mission. You got to stop that thing. So Ulysses,
yes,
you notice this. Your brain is beginning to sort of reboot.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Johnny's just kind of standing there. He's clutching at his chest, and then he starts falling over.
Johnny, you should get up. You should get up, Johnny. Johnny, you should get up.
Well, you're in the car and he's out in the field. Are you going to go over to him?
Yeah, I'm going to go over to him.
Okay.
As the Windows boot up sound starts in my head.
All right, give me an alertness check, Ulysses.
Yep.
All right, you see a figure in dark clothing holding a rifle coming out of the wood line on an approach to you. Now, you could dive for cover behind the car you just got out of. Or you could do something else. I don't know.
No, at this point, I'm going from frozen to, oh shit, someone got killed. Oh shit, there he is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh shit, he could kill other people.
Mm-hmm.
So oh shit, I better kill him.
Okay. Well, that's a choice. What's your dex?
Dex is 12.
All right, you get first shot.
Alrighty. What is firearms? Oh yeah, I'm not exactly a warrior.
Okay.
But I have it at 40, so that's better than nothing.
You have some training.
Oh, I do hit.
Damn. Yeah, you do hit. Go ahead and roll damage. That is a D10, I believe, for a standard handgun.
2. I winged him.
Yeah, they go down. That you stagger them. And that certainly they're like, oh shit, and they return fire.
This will be fun.
And that is a hit.
It's always fun when there's a shootout.
Yeah, there is. Let's see here, and that is 11 damage.
Oh God.
Yeah, am I dead? No, I still got one left.
All right, you're unconscious and bleeding out. So, Yeah. Meanwhile, Jordan, that happened pretty fast, but you come up on behind the creature and you see it is staggering. It going through the wall and being shot once took a lot out of it, but it is crawling wounded towards the stone, to the stone seal. So
go to shoot what I think its head is.
Okay. Yeah. You can. I can't resist you at this point. So just roll 3d10 for 3 bullets, and if the total is above 15, you kill it before it gets to the stone seal.
One day I'll learn how dice bot works.
I'm with you, Maddy. You're not alone.
So.
9.
All right, you put 3 rounds into it, and it just keeps going. Its skull must be very heavily armored. So
have I burst out? Have I come out of my?
You have. You give me an alertness check.
Okay. Oh,
you ran out into the field.
I'm doomed us all, Maddy. I'm sorry.
Why won't you die?
Throw the gun at it. No.
All right, you're out in the field. You hear gunshots coming from behind you, back in the lodge, and Jordan yelling, "Why won't you die?"
I do hear a voice of like, "Oh God, why am I out here?" Just start bolting back in.
All right. Over there, I will say off to the right, you see Jordan's car is the doors are open, and you see a muzzle flash coming off to the right. So yeah, something's going off to the right as well. And it looks like I'll say you can see Johnny's body. You do notice someone's body. I don't know, something's happening over there, but you can't quite make it out because you failed your alertness check. But something's happening outside, and something's happening inside.
Did I hear Jordan's voice inside?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm going to run in there because I realized I've abandoned my friend, so I'm
okay.
Just in sheer panic.
You run back inside just in time for the creature to flop its dying body on top of the stone seal. That's what gets the stone circle begins to glow as its body starts like disintegrating. Both of you give me sand checks as cosmic lights begin to appear.
Apparently I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so am I. I've seen enough tonight.
Oh, good, it died.
Yeah, well, it seems to be bad. But yeah, you both have been there, and you realize, it was basically, imagine something under pressure that's been building up, and then someone finally starts wanging that pressurized container, like a tire that's just been overblown up and it's vibrating, but then someone comes up and whacks it, and that's what you guys did. You were the guys who whacked it. It was already building up. It was going to explode sooner or later, but you kind of you realized to your horror that maybe you sort of kick-started this. Maybe it would have happened later, but now it's happening sooner.
Oh no.
You don't know what it is, though. So, or how to stop it.
Oh God. So, thinking about it just briefly to say it there, I know that they said about the blood that was supposed to be something that was calming this thing down, right?
Human blood, yes. I
just run up to it.
Okay.
Take out like the utility knife that I have and just slash my hand.
Okay. Give me a power times 5 check.
Okay. Oh no.
Donny.
No.
Donny is caught in the beam of light as the stone seal starts opening up, and he starts like falling apart. His body, he's caught there. You're still there, Donny, but you can still move around within this beam of light. You're still holding your gun and everything, but still talk. You just can't leave it. So you realize you could either let go and hope that your life essence is enough to reseal it, or if somebody else helps you, maybe like you both half die instead of you fully dying. But Jordan, go ahead and give me another alertness check.
Alrighty. I am not alert.
Okay. Someone shoots you. Actually, no, that was the stealth check. They made the stealth check. They get it. They have to shoot as well. So someone sneaks into the room and tries to shoot you with a gun. Actually, no, they try and shoot Aaron. Aaron, you can also give me a spot hidden check.
Okay.
Alertness check, sorry.
Oh.
Since you are in the room, I said you could still move. Sorry, Ulysses.
Oh, I actually do make it.
Yeah, someone just snuck into the room. Jordan has her back to this person, but it's someone in black commando clothing holding a rifle with a big ass silencer on it, and they're just like looks like they're raising the rifle up to shoot you. You can still shoot if you want to do that, or you can.
I have like a 20 in firearms, though. That's not.
Yeah, that's all right.
And so I'm gonna yell at Jordan to see if I can get her attention to.
Yeah, Jordan behind you, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Jordan. You see that? What's your dex?
My dex is 11.
All right, you get initiative. What are you gonna do?
Go.
You're in close range. You're in the same room.
And so I can see that they're obviously aiming at Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, I shoot.
All right, plus 20 on your firearms.
Cool. That's not going to help. That's a 97.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
All right, they turn to shoot you.
Oh, shit.
And they miss as well. Yeah, by one. They literally failed by one. So, yeah. So, go and give me a sand check. You're being shot at. Someone is trying to murder you.
Yep. 98.
That's only 1d4. That's 3 sand. It's not great.
Not good either.
Yeah. So, new round. Do you want to try and keep firing?
Can I tackle? I've already shot 7 bullets. I don't know how many my gun has.
I'll tell you it has 10, but yeah, you can do an arm check, sure.
Yeah, I would like to. Do I have unarmed? I should check that first. Yes, I do. Yeah, I'm going to tackle them because they have a better gun than me.
All right.
85 over 60?
Nope. While this happened, what do you do? Are you going to just take your free shot there, Donny, or are you going to try and yell at the unknown person to try and persuade them to stop shooting?
I don't know. Although, and I forgot, you said I kind of got the feeling that I would have to pretty much disintegrate into this thing to stop it.
Well, unless somebody else comes in and carries, right? Because you failed your power check, you're not very efficient at doing this. You need someone else to either help carry the load with you, or you just have to take one for the team.
I hate leaving her on this, but I'm seeing the greater good, so taking one for the team. So
just like, take me down. All right.
This is a bigger picture situation, so
yeah, we'll go with that.
I don't have as good of a combat as the former officer, so
yeah.
I've been shot.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll say that. Yeah, you're just bleeding out. Basically, Ulysses 1 hit point. We just have to hope someone finds you and can first aid you so you don't bleed out. Like, you just can't get up with 1 hit point in Delta Green.
I'm in danger.
All right. There's a blinding light. So, both you and the unknown person, Jordan, are blinded. So you both recover your eyes around the same. So while you're blind and groping around, are you going to try to escape? One of the pot, we'll say Steve comes in. What's going on? And the screams as he sees all the carnage. The commando shoots wildly. We'll say that has a 10% chance to hit and misses. The guy Steve goes screaming. Yeah. So what are you going to do while you're blinded? While both of you are blinded, staggering around, are you going to try and press the advantage, or try and get into hand-to-hand range with him? You're going to try and flee, or
hand-to-hand range. I knew vaguely where he was.
Mm-hmm.
Just punching blindly.
All right, unarmed at half. While you're for this round.
48 over 30. No.
Yeah. So you're just all right. They try to retaliate. And they actually hit you for 1d3 damage. For 1 point of damage.
Yay.
You get socked in the jaw. Then, yeah, you both recover. So yeah, you can make your unarmed check. You can try and grapple and let go of the rifle, or they try to hit you with the butt of the rifle, basically, not punch. But yeah, you can try and unarmed to disarm them, or hold them down.
Definitely want to disarm them.
Okay.
59 over 60. It finally works.
Oh wow. Yeah, you grabbed a gun from them with that check. So like you grab it, kick them, knee them in the chest. They go sprawling, and you're holding the rifle over them. And that's when you realize you recognize the commando's eyes. It's Regina.
How dare she? I shoot her in the leg.
All right. Yeah. Fuck. She's bleeding in the leg and scream. Just what
the fuck are you doing here?
Hold on. Let's roll damage. 8 damage.
Oof.
How many hit points does Regina have? Let's see. Where is she playing? 14. Oh yes, she's still up. She's still conscious, but yeah, she ain't doing so great. So yeah, she's sweaty and looking at you, just not saying anything.
What the fuck are you doing here, Donny? What's happening? Are you good? Just
you look. Donny's gone.
But my scream still echoes.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever the supernatural thing was happening, it's stopped now. But Donny has literally disappeared.
Donny? What the fuck is happening here? Just to Regina.
It's a threat to the world. Had to stop it.
Where's Donny?
I don't know. What the fuck were you doing? Don't you know?
There was...
Do you have human?
Yes.
Give me a human roll.
He failed my human roll.
All right, give me an alertness check.
5.
All right. You hear the door open behind you. You spin around and see another person dressed up in commando clothing. You surprised them.
I raise the gun like, who are you?
They have a gun. They have a gun. It's not quite pointed at you because they were sneaking into position. You hear an old man's voice. Drop the gun.
Drop your gun.
All right. What's your dex is 12?
It's 11.
11. That's it. Sorry. All right. You're going at the same time. Go ahead. I mean, he is going to shoot you. And he's going to hit. Are you going to? No. Well, it's simultaneous actions.
Yeah. No, I miss. I definitely miss.
All right. 9 damage as you get shot in the chest. How many hit points do you have left?
I have 3 left.
You're still conscious.
Yep.
What are you going to do?
All right. Don't shoot. Just whoa. There is a lot going on right now, and I don't think we all need to be shooting each other. Who the fuck are you?
Go ahead and give me persuade at half.
I do not make that.
Yeah, well, he's going to shoot you again. Are you going to shoot as well?
Yeah.
All right. I'll say...
Nope.
All right. Well...
TPK.
TPK.
Yeah, that's -2 health. I'm immortal, right?
Yeah. So it was tragically as the podcast of 1,000 corpses was found killed. There's another massacre. The second at the Black Lodge massacre. As a homeless person found several firearms and used them to massacre. Was obsessed with the site. All 6 people were killed. Yeah.
You stopped the sleeper.
Yep. You sure did, buddy.
We helped.
You helped.
Oh God, it's been so long. I'm actually happy about this.
Yeah. I kind of do a scenario where Delta Green were also an antagonist.
I like that.
You're messing around with the site that you're like digging up an old operation they did, and they don't like you possibly uncovering the truth. That George Mackenzie was innocent. They framed him for the murders. Because they just realized there was something weird supernatural going on. They're like, well, we just better kill everybody. They didn't bother. They didn't make all their research investigation checks either. So they didn't understand what the fuck the cult was doing. Like, well, it's a cult. We kill those, right?
Simple as that.
Yeah, simple as that. And they didn't realize the cult was actually keeping the monster asleep. But now the monster. You reset the timer, Donny, Aaron. So
good.
It'll be another 25 years before it really awakes and destroys the world, or fuck shit up. So maybe there'll be a new cult. Who can say? Yeah, questions, comments, suggestions.
I really like that.
I bled out in the woods.
No, well, they actually came back to you and shoot you in the head.
That's good. I was unconscious.
An honorable death.
Yeah.
So
I really like that too, as the idea of the Delta Green agents coming in afterwards, so not really caring. So,
yep.
Looking at that. That was interesting. I like that, and I was telling Tom earlier, I was getting very much Cabin in the Woods vibes off of it. So,
yeah. Oh yeah,
that was super fun. Did you expect us to find the stones so quickly?
Oh yeah. That was like one of the first things I wanted you guys to find because like I want you to be like, well, why don't we do the ritual? It'd be great for the show. Like that's the thing.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, it's always a good idea. Yeah.
If we, I have a question. If we had actually stopped the ritual, I mean, fully without dying, or at least taking right there, would they have actually still tried to kill us, or?
Yeah, they were just wanted to kill you all unless you could convince them that like the only way to live and keep the Delta Green agents alive was to basically convince them, no, the cult was keeping the monster asleep. We need to keep the monster asleep, in which case they would have helped you say, well, that's your job now. If not, we'll kill you. So like, welcome to your new life.
Yeah.
But that would have been very hard and basically would have required you seeing through Regina, our cell, Regina and Roy, as Roy was the original, the old man at the end was the original agent, the last surviving agent who was the one to actually kill all those people, at the lodge, 24 years ago. If you'd seen through Regina's shit, there's another agent, Roger. He was the one who called you, Aaron. And he was also the techie who, shut all your phones off at the right time and hacked the security camera so you couldn't use that at the end.
That makes sense. No, I really like that. Yeah, that opposing side that we usually don't get, depending on what they had. So that was really cool.
Yeah. I just like the idea of, I recently read a novel, Radiant Dawn, which features a Delta Green style conspiracy. And they're like, but the point of view characters recount the conspiracy. They're like, you guys are fucking assholes. Fuck you. I don't want to work with you. Because, normal people wouldn't necessarily like Delta Green. I
loved Regina in that I hated her.
But Regina was very good at her job.
Yeah, she was.
I did investigations and profiles and then got shot.
Yeah, like you do.
Like you do.
Like you do. All right.
I'm glad I shot her in the leg.
Oh yeah, she has that limb for life now. She's
yes.
Yeah. She's gonna lose her job as an FBI agent because she's like, I got shot while I was hunting. Well, I guess she's at desk duty now for the rest of her life. So that'll be fun.
That was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Yeah, it was real good.
All right. Well, thank you all for listening, and we'll talk to you all later.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.